Welcome to the Backlog Chronicles. We're a podcast that challenges fanboy beliefs and takes a pragmatic approach to all things gaming. We strive to create a community for self-thinking fellow gamers, a community where logical conversation can take place and a drive to further one's knowledge of gaming can be sparked. Take a seat. Show's about to begin. Hey, yeah, we started on time. Take that,
I know, right? I wonder if chat was like, "Yo, what is happening? What? This is not normal."
Yeah, what the fuck?
Everybody's gonna show up in like 5 minutes.
Right. We got everybody. We got everybody here. I think Mo's gonna be joining us soon. But we are at episode 51 of the Backlog Chronicles, man. This is amazing. I got all the boys here. We got Mike. We got Dan talking about my degeneration, like his joints or some shit. We'll get into his health later. When Mo comes
it always
on.
comes up, yeah.
Yeah. It's all good. And we got Jordan reporting in from the 4th of July room at his Airbnb.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah. He's
Where you at right now,
very
Jordan?
patriotic.
I am in Page, Arizona, which is right on the border of Utah.
Okay.
Right near Lake Powell, which is where I'm going to be spending the next 3 days, just paddling.
And we are super happy that you found the time to join us today, man.
Hell yeah.
That
Wouldn't miss
is
it.
awesome. So we got another awesome show. I got a bunch of show notes that I was supposed to bring up, but I'm gonna fucking just wing it. We're just gonna talk just crazy shit today because Mo's not here to babysit. I know, I'm kidding. We will loosely stick to this agenda, but we'll do our roundtable here and see what all the boys are up to, man, because it's been a crazy week. News has been coming out. I haven't actually gotten to play a whole lot this week. It's been busy. I had like a dental implant. I finally got my fake tooth in, which is amazing. Nice. This is what happens when you're when you approach 40, you just start replacing your shit with like bionic and metal parts. So it's very cyberpunkish, but yes, I'm still adjusting. I'm still adjusting to the fake fucking ceramic piece of tooth shaped whatever in my mouth.
It starts with the tooth and it'll end with the consciousness.
It's just gonna break down, dude. Yes. Pretty soon, I hope to be able to transfer my consciousness to a nice, sexy young body. But that's a different discussion. That's my other podcast.
For the OnlyFans.
So let's. I'm gonna spin it around and I'm gonna go in reverse today, and I'm gonna start with my boy Mike. And Mike, baby, man, what have you been doing? What have you been playing? You shared a little bit pre-podcast, but
So I've been still into Mortal Kombat. It wasn't just a fling, like a movie hype thing. You know, it was a true like competitive. And I've been playing. I had a chance to play all day today. If I were to really tell how I feel about it, it would just be like a lot of cuss words and just like a lot of disrespect towards people I don't know or whatever. But anyways, I'm just figuring out the game like a lot more, and it is on the base level, it is like a punchy, like fight your guy and try to beat the other opponent or whatever. But like there is so much depth to those fighting games. It is insane, and it keeps you. Now that I just figured out how it goes, how the seasons run, and how like skins are like rewarded, you could play that game, and how many characters there are, you could play that game for like days in and days out. And there's people who do that. They like devote like all their time to just like, they're just fighting game gamers, like you would have just sports players or whatever. And those dudes are just like frame data on the ball, like, and it's great, dude. It's like really good, but I get super upset because I get really competitive with it because in your mind, you know, like what they're doing and how to combat it, but like it doesn't match with your hands. And so you're just like, oh, wasn't my character doing this? You know, that's bullshit, man. You know, you get super upset or whatever. And then just Warzone. I've been playing some Warzone. Nothing really on that. It's just like, you know, my comfort food, like Jordan said a while back.
Mac and cheese,
right,
baby.
That's right.
Yeah, like I try to get back into Biomutant, but I just like, it's not a bad game by any means. It's just not exciting to me. And I feel
You're
like
just not feeling it, huh?
Yeah, I feel like I'll get back to it like later. But I said that about Cyberpunk and Ghost of Tsushima. Like, oh, I'm gonna wait till these updates come in, and I don't know. It's just like, is that what I'm really waiting on, or were they just like not that intriguing to me? So some of me, I'm like trying to figure out my gaming format. Like I saved up enough to get the PlayStation 5, but you're
Nice.
not finding it
Yeah,
anywhere.
yeah.
You're not
Now,
finding it
now you
anywhere.
just gotta like sell your soul.
Yeah.
Is
get
there word that they're gonna like update the new rush of PlayStation 5s in development, or not rush them, but like change them, fix them, make them better, or
You
something?
know, no, I don't think so. I've heard a little bits and pieces. There's no fucking way that they can do it in the next year. There's just no way. They can't even keep up with this. So,
It's crazy, isn't it?
yeah, no, I don't think we're gonna see like a redesign. I think the rumors started because they still haven't announced the hard drive expansion bullshit. So people are like, obviously there's a blah 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 blah. But we'll save that shit for other podcasts. We don't do that shit here.
I got you.
All right,
Well,
all
because
right.
I was just like, maybe I'll get lucky and
find one?
whatever. Like it just because I guess where I'm rotating off of Jordan's like purchase, and it was just like he just
Yeah,
kinda
if you find one, just
swindled
buy it.
in
I wouldn't
there.
wait. Yeah, I wouldn't wait for like a fucking redesign, man. You might be waiting forever.
not a
It'll be
redesign, but like just something like it's
like
gonna
a
be
slim.
like no, not on that level of like redesign. I'm
Okay.
just saying like they're gonna make their like the way they build it now like better, and like not have as many. I don't know. I didn't get too deep into it because at the time I wasn't.
Yeah,
looking
they
for
can't
it
keep
actively.
up. I mean, from everything I hear, they just cannot keep up with the production. So,
I thought it was something more like they're trying to find a way around the chip shortage kind of thing. I don't know how the hell that shit works. So
yeah,
Maybe I'm wrong.
the
Right.
need for it's high, and
Chip
I mean, chips,
production.
the ICs and all the chips, they can't get them, man. They just can't. Even cars are not able to be produced and shit because of chips for the systems in them
Oh,
apparently
wow.
too. So yeah, some car manufacturers are having trouble outfitting their shit too. So
Okay, I did not know.
yeah. But if you can score one, man, we'll keep our eyes open too, because we were on the hunt for
I
Jordan.
hope so.
Yeah, Mike,
And,
you got
and
the
he
hardest
scored
part
one.
done is finding the cash, man. So that's good.
Yes,
That's good, man.
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
you're halfway there now. Halfway there.
But
All right,
but
Jordan, man,
my-
what's happening with you, man? You've
Yeah,
been
man.
traveling.
I have. I've been on the road since Friday. I think I've driven like close to 1,500 miles. But up until that, I was playing The Last of Us Part 2,
Yeah,
Nice.
you were.
and I won't go spoilery for people, but I just got to the part where you meet back up with Jesse, and so I'm still playing as Ellie, and man, what a friggin' incredible game so far! Like, I can't say enough good things about how good the combat feels in it. Just compared
Yes.
to Joel, Ellie is she's fluid, she's agile, you can go prone, and just the way you dispatch people is as disturbing as ever, but still very satisfying. I feel terrible
so
when I
good.
shoot dogs.
And
but
you're I know. I didn't
It's
want
so
to.
bad.
And I mean,
Emotions
I
is
guess
really
you don't
good,
have to, but you
yeah,
kind of
I'm
do
like-
sometimes.
I'm sorry, dog. But but yeah,
I'm
it's
sorry,
mostly,
Doug.
it's mostly been that, and then a little bit of Knockout City with Mo and Ains, and I tell you, the skill ceiling is getting higher every day, and we're losing more and more. So I don't know how much longer I'll have this game installed.
It's how much longer it's gonna be viable.
It's still a lot of fun. I think I just need to get good. I'm just getting cocky, or as Dan would say,
Yeah,
penis.
get good. Penisy. Oh,
don't
With
get
that
penis.
with that segue,
that's amazing. Yes, Dan, the penis man. What's
That's the first time I've ever heard that in my 45 years.
I know.
It's like
You're
the panty man.
You're
the
welcome.
man. I'll take the penis, man. I mean, that sounds awesome.
Take the penis, man.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
gonna take that one.
Oh
Oh,
man,
so-
I told you the show's gonna be wild, man.
That's all
Dan,
moves on. You should have been here.
what are you doing, man?
I am playing MLB a lot. I actually jumped back into The Last of Us 2 just to see the 60 frames. What I didn't realize is that after you finish it, apparently you get some kind of points to unlock like different sounds. Like you can do 8-bit sound 5-bit sound or whatever the hell that is. Different. You can do it like all in sepia, the entire game, or black and white.
Weird.
But you use the points to unlock these deals. But you can also unlock cheats. And I was like, oh, this is going to be awesome. So I just unlocked every single cheat I could. And I'm just like plowing through people, like infinite ammo, one-shot kills. I'm just like, nope, I'm not even. I'm just want to, I want the story one more time. I'm going it's so much fun. Like you don't have to get really bogged down with stupid moves that you made. It's fantastic. So I've been doing that. I don't know how long that's going to last. But I'm plowing through. I'm not too far from where Jordan is actually.
Nice, dude.
Let's see, Hitman, more of that.
Hitman 3.
3, yeah. I just been doing the seasonal stuff every time it comes out. I finally finished the the elusive target today. It took me like 4 hours because I have to keep resetting it and restarting it because I have a very specific. You can't, like, once you start the elusive targets on Hitman, that's it, unless you shut the game off from the dashboard. So you have to exit to the dashboard, shut the game down, and then you have to restart it because it's just a matter of finding the perfect way to do it. And I'm just kind of OCD about it. So after 4 hours,
is this an event, like a timed event?
yeah,
It's
so
a
it's like a
single
7
run,
days
too,
event.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, only for a week for Hitman 3.
yeah. So they do it. Yeah, they do it
so
like
badass.
once or twice a month, and you get something every time you do it.
Yeah,
And like as you progress, if you get like 15 of them at the end, there's even more rewards and stuff. So yeah, I missed out on Hitman 2 on a lot of them. So I made sure that I was like, okay, I'm getting every one of these. But it takes just kind of figuring out, like, you could plow through stuff and do it, but I like to get the silent assassin rating. I like to do it as fast as possible and find the best way. And then
Fucking
that
Mr.
way.
Perfect.
you're like
Yeah.
timing
Dan,
out people's
Dan, the
visions
perfect
where you're like
man.
walking right by
Me
them.
too,
and
Dan.
it's
I
like
get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
yeah,
like
just
I'm ducking to pick up this item so they don't see
Right.
me as they turn type of shit.
There was
Yeah.
one guy that he was just standing there by a window the entire time, and he would just do this, and it just seemed like every time I threw my wrench at his face, he would all of a sudden look at me. I'm like, come on, man, come on. So eventually I got him, and then after that it was kind of easy. So, but other than that, it's just
Eventually, I get so annoyed at the Hitman games for shit like that I end up just fucking shelving it.
Yeah.
Because, like, if that dude looked at me like 6 times when I tried to wrench him in the face, I'd be done.
Yeah.
I'd put that shit up. I'd be like, nope, not happening.
I mean, it's accurate. He just kind of, like, as soon as he turned his head, I threw it, nothing. I mean, it was right where it made sense in the game, but yeah, it got super annoying after about the 7th or 8th time. So I did have to take a little break, but I think there were 6 days left on it, so I had plenty of time. I just decided to do it all today, and then I downloaded something else that I don't remember what it was. It was off Game Pass, and I immediately stopped playing it.
What was it? What was
I don't
that?
know. That's the thing. I was like, what the hell was it that I downloaded?
God damn, you're old.
God, it was terrible. Yeah, I don't remember what I had for breakfast.
Must have been
man.
not that good, I guess. Yeah.
No, it was bad. It was so bad, and I was so disappointed for some reason in it. Oh, you know what it was? It was that MechWarrior 5. I was so mad.
Yeah, garbage,
Why?
right?
God,
Tell
it
me
was-
about that.
it was
I almost
so
downloaded that not too long ago. Kevin,
it's
you
not
mentioned
good.
it, didn't you? Not too long
It's
ago.
not good, dude. It's not good.
I feel like I thought it was a new game. Like it's new to Xbox. I guess it's been on the PC for a while, maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, I think it
So,
has.
Yeah,
I think it
so
has.
yeah, I got into it. I'm like, man, this is
It was
rough.
It was not good.
No.
It was like, it felt like I was playing a beta that
Right.
was maybe made by like 6 people in a garage
no, it
or
was
some
not great.
shit. Yeah, I played it for like a half hour and I'm like, all right, that's enough.
That's about
I
how
also,
long I lasted.
you know what was
It's
better than
horrible.
that was oh my god, what the fuck is it called? It's called it's like an animal PUBG that just came out on game preview on Xbox. I'll get the name for it eventually,
Animal
but it's this
PUBG?
Yes, man. You're like these little, it's like think oh, ladies in the chat. Think Animal Crossing,
Okay.
right? She loves all these games. Animal Crossing meets PUBG, and it's like
Super
2D
Animal, yeah.
PUBG, and you're a bunch of cute little furry characters, and you just kill the shit out of each other. It almost reminds me of some Newgrounds bullshit game that you'd play in a Flash browser or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I played like
That's
3
some
rounds
old
of that, and
school
I'm
shit
like,
right
I'm like, oh my god, this is actually Newgrounds, right? I'm aging myself.
Yeah.
I do know you. I know everyone. I know everyone that comes into my chat. But I was just playing The Last of Us 2 as well, and it plays just so much better at 60
Yeah, it does.
frames, man. It's such a better experience. So I'm just enjoying kind of going through it. I'm even watching the damn cinematics again because it's like watching a fucking movie. So I have been playing that, and I've been playing a little bit of Knockout City. I saw you guys playing last night, and I was like, that's too much work. I don't want balls in my face tonight, so I didn't play last night.
That's a crappy attitude, man.
I know.
Yeah.
Like it's not.
Terrible
It's
attitude.
not. Usually, I do want balls in my face. It's very often. But last night I just wasn't in the mood for it. I'm like, somebody else can do it. I think maybe Dash or somebody was gonna go in there and take the balls for me. But yeah, no, I've been. It's been a busy week, and I got another busy week. I'm on call this week too, so that's been fun. But yeah, I'm hoping to get into. I'm kind of waiting on Ratchet and Clank. I kind of want that. I have a bunch of games I started. It Takes Two with my wife. And
Nice.
and we played last night until we got to the second part where you get the nail and the hammer. And she got so this is amazing, dude. You can't make this shit up. She got so frustrated playing the hammer that that at one point I said, I'm trying to be encouraging, and I'm like, honey, it's okay. It's not that hard. You can totally do this. And she's like, oh, it's not that hard. You play yourself. And I almost died. I'm like, oh my god, here we are. It Takes Two is about our relationship, and she's like rage quitting on me, and I'm like, all right, this is perfect. I think we've played enough for the night. But it's a really good game. It's a fun game. It's not quite as divorce prone as something like Overcooked. If you do want to end your relationship, you play that game. This game should bring you closer together. It's a greatly done game. It's the first time I actually booted it up, and then I also bought Phoenix Rising Immortals something the name. Yeah, and that's a great game, but I'll never finish it. Ratchet and Clank is gonna be my. I'm just telling the truth, man. Everybody's like, oh, I spent like
I hear you.
80
can't
hours
finish it.
fucking playing it. I know Phasma was in there for like
Yeah.
she was like, it was like Interstellar. She left and came back and was like 6 years older by the time she finished the damn game. Yep. Oh man. Oh shit.
So let me ask you this. It Takes Two, like if a newbie, like a person that's doesn't really play video games, picked it up, how would they do? Do you have to have some kind of...
Yes, I think you do, because I have played both of their more recent games, A Way Out as well, right? And A Way Out I played with my wife, and she also got to the point where she was kind of frustrated. And some parts are not, they're easy for us, but if you're not, like my wife's super casual, and some of the mechanics, the double jumping, shit like that, you gotta kind of know how those fundamentals work, and we take that shit for granted, But for her, and to try to break it down, I'd say, it's easy, but there's still a learning curve. Same way with A Way Out. Go ahead, Jordan.
I was just gonna say that the nail and hammer part is like just the beginning of the mechanics. Like it throws in new mechanics like at you like
I
crazy.
figured it
You're
would.
like, what the hell? But it's very forgiving though, especially the platforming sections. Like if you die, like you almost like load back instantly. Like, or if you go down, you have to like tap the button really quick before you res. So very rarely do you see a load screen.
Dash just said, a newbie won't have a chance, and It Takes Two would lead straight to divorce. And my wife was getting frustrated, and I found it was just ironic that here I am playing this game, and my wife's just like, fuck you, if it's so easy, you fucking do it. I'm like, well, no, the whole point is we need to play together, honey. Sit the fuck down, let's play.
Yes.
But
I was looking for a bonding experience.
I don't know, man.
That's not going to happen.
Damn, I'm sorry.
I know.
Dan.
I try.
Yeah.
I do try occasionally. My wife actually likes to play Overcooked, but I think it's because she enjoys screaming at me. to get the right ingredients. Like,
Right.
you know, that's a fucking burger patty, not a bun, you stupid idiot. So I think she actually enjoys that.
I mean,
and
that's what
why-
women are here for. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I feel like they suck out my energy. At least my wife does. It's just like, hey, you're having fun with
Well, it's
this.
becau-
Let me
it's-
ruin it for you. Here's
It's
some
because
salt.
you're Dan the penis man.
That's what it is. Yep. Yep. If that were actually the case, you know, it wouldn't be such a 2-year-long dry spell over here. Hey,
Ooh,
that's what's
damn,
happening
mic
right now.
drop.
Mic drop.
Oof.
All right, guys. It was a good show.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it, guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna go. We'll get onto the agenda with that. Thanks, Dan. You got me right
Segue.
back on track here. Good segue. Speaking of Dan's marriage, let's go into our first topic of Battlefield,
I like it.
which is kind of fun because we've been hearing rumors, right? We heard rumors that Battlefield was going to be next gen only, and now we heard that it was going to be, cross gen, and we're going to get an official reveal June 9th, which, what the fuck is that? Is that this week? That is Wednesday. So we'll finally know kind of what it looks like. I think some shit was leaked before. Somebody leaked something with like a troll face, you know, in the middle of the video. And then there's been a couple of insiders that have mentioned that the game will be 2 different games for next gen and last gen. So they will be almost 2 disparate, code bases. And I wonder what that means for crossplay too, you know, in between the next gen and last gen consoles. So, I mean, I guess we're going to find out. The cool thing is that I have a screenshot here of a bunch of, and I don't know exactly how it happened, but Battlefield promoted it, you know, and sent out a bunch of different codes to content creators. And apparently the content creators had to work together to decrypt, you know, these codes.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, the coded message,
Okay.
and they finally got it all together. And if you search for it, it's kind of neat. Basically, the gist of it is, I think this motherfucking game is gonna take place in space.
No.
It seems like there's a
Really?
there's a
Wait, what?
message coming in, and it's from you guys. I mean, that's what I take from it, but I'm also illiterate. But please look up the decrypted Battlefield 6 message and read it for yourself, and kind of see it's still a little broken. You know, it's not completely. It's just like an SOS type of thing that's going on here, but it makes me think that there's going to be something space related, or a battle for Earth or aliens or
This
some
it right
shit.
here, Kevin?
Yep. That's it right there. And
What? Okay, so what is it about outer space?
It's just
So-
very cryptic.
it's very cryptic, and I think it's because they want to fight for, you know, the world, basically, right? So that's kind of what I'm thinking, that maybe this is gonna be an alien type
No.
deal. I think
you
so,
imagine?
dude. I don't know.
know.
I don't know what's gonna happen. But hey, look at Infinite Warfare, right? Or I mean, that was space. I have no idea, but it's cryptic. I know that people have gone in like a million different directions with it. So, what have you guys heard anything? You know, based off this screenshot, I'd love to know what. Like, Mike, you're thinking it's just going to be a massive World War III type of thing, or
Yeah, that's what I like. Kind of like I don't go out of my way to look for like leaks and stuff like that. But if I come across stuff like for certain games that I don't feel such a huge connection with, like Battlefield, like, yeah, okay, cool. Like, I'll like to know what it is in the future, like what it's going to be about. I hope it's World War III. I don't want it to be aliens, but I guess it's like, if it was aliens, I'd be like down with it. I guess I'd have to fucking be, right. You know, but at the same time, it's
I don't
like,
know.
I don't think, no way it's got to be aliens. This was
Well, I wasn't even thinking like straight up fighting aliens. I was thinking like maybe
just
the
outer
storyline
space,
of
like it's
of
like that
inhabiting
futuristic.
like we had to move out of Earth for some reason and come back down. I don't know, man. I don't know. The message is so cryptic, and I think they did it on purpose, right? I mean, they wanted to be a big, huge reveal. So I don't
This
know.
is
Man.
war.
I'm completely shooting. There's gonna be blood and there's gonna be lots of fucking killing. So that much we know. Jordan, what did you get from?
Yeah, no, I've only read this like maybe just a handful of times. I can't remember which influencer I saw tweeting about this, but yeah, like you said, very, very cryptic. Reading the messages like, war is the only way home, stuff like that. I could totally see how someone could interpret that as like having to come back down from whatever, a space station or, like wherever we were sent. But I feel like it has to be more grounded than that.
I
It's
mean,
gonna,
it does look like
Mike
Planet
said.
Earth right here.
Yeah, I mean, it's like smoke, but
I get it. Yeah.
this is what they want us to do. They want us to be into this shit.
Yeah, and it's fun. It's fun.
It's gonna build up the buzz and everything. But
True,
I'm
true.
just really excited. I can wait. Well, I almost can't, but I'm excited just to see what this is going to be like in just.
And
3
you're
days'
a
time.
Battlefield junkie, or were?
I
a
am,
Battlefield
man. I
junkie,
was.
yeah.
Are you,
I
Jordan?
was
Really?
huge into Battlefield Bad Company 2, and then Battlefield 3. I sunk so many hours.
Right on.
Oh, he might have lost him on that Airbnb.
Into that.
That's-
I see him, I
there
don't
he's
know why.
back. He's back. All right. He's
back?
catching up. He's catching up.
Anyways,
We can hear you. We can hear you now.
I was big into Battlefield. That's all. Long story
Okay.
short.
Dan,
Long
how
short of it.
excited are you about
That's cool,
Battlefield?
Jordan.
Like it's funny because it's like if I play a multiplayer game, this is what it's going to be. Mostly because I can do things that require not shooting. So I can basically get rid of that, throw that out the window. I can just be a medic. I'm average at that at best. So or an engineer or something to that effect. So I've always liked being able to pick those different outfits or to do that kind of thing. But I don't know what the hell this means. I'm going to be honest with you. If it's in space,
I didn't either. I could see coming back to Earth to reclaim it or some shit, but reclaim it from what?
Aliens, bro.
So the more I think about they're not going to do aliens.
Maybe it was an invasion of the United States or
It could
Yeah,
be.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like some G.I. Joe retaliation shit where like
Yeah.
Cobra takes over
like
the
Red
White
Dawn,
House,
baby.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
a futuristic Red Dawn or something.
I mean,
don't
that
know.
could be cool.
Yeah,
And then,
I'm
like,
excited for it.
yeah, I'm gonna
that
play
would
it.
be cool.
probably.
Like I'd take M4 with like a little electric like something on it. Like I don't know, that'd be sweet, dude. I'm gonna take it. I just think about mostly primarily like okay, the theme is whatever. Like I feel like that's a nitpicky thing, but with the generation thing and the destruction. Like that, I feel like that's where Battlefield shines heavily. Is the environmental destructions, the buildings and the ground. Even the grounds even the terrain itself can turn into if it's a flat ground and an explosion hits up, like it turns into like a fighting hole, which is really badass. These games to me are like very incredible when it comes to war simulations. But working on the PlayStation or like the next gen Xbox Series and the PlayStation 5 compared to the 4 on top of and a lot of like Battlefield, like community, like first person shooter Warzone communities, they're also thinking about it's gonna like kind of might have its own battle royale. Like I've kind of heard some talk about that. I don't know how they'll do it. Maybe like Call of Duty where they got like the mainstream battle royale or whatever, and then they have like the game that is like its own game or whatever. But that's what I'm mostly interested in is how big of a difference are these versions going to be of themselves, because I feel like it'd be like that. I mean, that goes into like God of War and like all these other things that are like across generations, and it's like, it makes me question things.
Yeah, and I was reading one tweet by this leaker dude or this insider guy that said that the maps are going to be much smaller and there's going to be certain modes that they're not going to be able to play, and we've seen that before in like COD for the Wii U and I even think the 360 version might have been different at that point. Anyway, I mean, something's got to give at this point, and I think they're just going to string people along as long as they can, because there's still a huge player base for the old consoles. So they're not going to want to lose out on sales, but I hope that they take advantage of some of the, the newer hardware. I don't want to. Battlefield always looks good, right? I mean, I was always amazed at how good it looked even on the OG Xbox or a PS4. So I mean, they have a slick engine, and I'm hoping that they just fucking. I could see this game being one of, as Mo would say, being a game that would make his eyeballs bleed, and I can definitely see that this game being one of those, especially if it has a campaign. So I'm excited for it, and I'm always excited for Battlefield campaigns, even if they're only like 6 hours. Doesn't matter. I do enjoy them. I'm a sucker for the campaigns. That's just the way I've always been. But yeah, no, I'm super excited for that. So we should see about that shortly. I don't know what time they're going to reveal. If it's just going to be a morning reveal, we'll find out, I guess, on Wednesday.
I think it was 7 a.m. Pacific, but who knows? We'll probably
Is
have
it?
one of
Okay,
those.
so it's like first
Stay
thing in the
tuned
morning
for
type
4
thing.
hours, and then we'll have
Yeah.
we'll have a wait.
Fuck that.
We'll have a screensaver
All right,
you can watch.
Nope.
It's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
we'll
I'm
get to
calling it.
that. You think so? There's going to be another screensaver. They're just going
They
to have
have
people
to.
sitting in
I feel
chat.
That's
like-
what they do, and then they'll
Why not?
watch
Why
it,
not?
and then an
Just do it
hour,
now.
2 hours, and 37 minutes, they'll have like something happen, like an alien flyby or whatever the fuck,
Dude,
Did you see
you
that?
have an alien. I'm a shit all over Mo. I'm gonna be like, see, motherfucker, aliens. Battlefield 6, Halo,
God.
Crisis. This brings me back. This game will never fucking die. I just remember all the Can It Run Crisis memes. That's all I can refer back to. But Crisis Remastered Trilogy is coming this fall. I don't know. I'm not super excited about it. Crisis is fine, but based off of their first remaster, which is kind of jank, I'm hoping they put a little more effort into this remastered trilogy. I mean, I'm all for trilogies, but after Mass Effect Legendary, I think that's what people are going to expect for the bare minimum, right? If it's not going to be a remake and it's just going to be a remaster, then that's my expectation. I don't want you to fucking make the textures better and do nothing else and just fucking release it as to fund your next yacht. But I mean, I do enjoy Crisis. I don't know if anybody else, has any affinity towards Crisis here, Mike. I mean, have you played it, or Jordan?
I've played 2, like back on the 360 back in the day, and I
Gotcha.
just remember like not getting the hang of it or not understanding what it wanted me to do. But it sounded cool. The concept did, like go invisible or something like that. But I just remember not being able to get over this specific fence in the beginning of a mission, and I'm just like, "Fuck this game!" I got so many
my
other
God.
games. So
Oh
yeah,
my
I
gosh.
just didn't. I didn't get into them. Badass suit though, man. Fuck.
It is a badass suit. The whole concept of it was cool, and I do remember. I think I've actually played at least 1 and 2. Didn't hear a whole lot about Crisis 3, but the whole thing with Crisis was that, I mean, it was a decent game, but to me, it got super popular because it would destroy the machines it ran on, right? On the PC, and that's why it got so famous. I don't know that there was
That's what I
a
was
huge
gonna say.
following
It's
other than the fact that it was a fucking just a machine
people.
melter,
Yeah.
at the time, and that makes me wonder, I don't know, man, for like $39.99 or $50, sure, fucking take my money. I'll play them all again, I guess. But yeah, the Crisis remaster that is out is still getting fixed, and people just bitched up and down about it. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of weird because like you said, playing the first remaster didn't even cross my mind, especially now because it still is kind of like you said janky, and now they're doing this trilogy. First of all, why are they remastering this trilogy and not Dead Space?
Right.
The other thing is that
Why?
I've played all 3 of these games, and they are mechanically sound. They got better each iteration. The story is very forgettable. But aside from that, it's just a competent shooter. And then, like Mike was saying,
Yeah.
the biggest thing that you have to do with it is just juggling the suit mechanics as far as like its charge system and all of that. But yeah, it's a serviceable game. But am I interested?
I don't know.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
I'll wait for a sale, and maybe maybe there'll be a Microsoft
enough.
fucking rewards punch card that I could validate my purchase
There you
with,
go.
and
There you go.
get some points back. Dan, have you played any of the Crisis games back in the day since you're like
No.
65 years old? No.
You would think, but no, I didn't have a PC that
God
could run
damn,
it.
man.
So
See, I know that's the
Right.
thing, man.
I bought it on sale, the remastered version, a few weeks ago. I couldn't figure out how to jump, and there was nothing that was telling me how to jump. I looked at I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, So I was like, okay, I'm done. That was it. Like I literally got to a part where it was like
This is good.
this high, and I couldn't like
Okay.
just crawl up on it, and I couldn't figure what button was to jump.
Well,
and I was like, no, okay.
That's
I'm
probably
good.
We could've-
exactly where I got stuck
Yeah,
too,
I
because it sounds
cupheaded.
exactly like.
That's
I
amazing.
cupheaded that one.
All right.
I was just like, no. And now I'm like, wait a minute. So this is coming out. Are we getting like a discount if we own the first one? Or
I swear,
Probably not.
people, we do actually play games
Right.
on this podcast. Okay,
Yes.
I don't know why they're having so many difficulties jumping. I don't know.
this is the first one in a long time that I just said, nope, I can't do this. I don't know. I sat there for like 15 minutes. I think I eventually figured it out. By that point, I was over it. I was at the point where I was like, yeah, I'm good.
All right. So we could have summed up this whole segment by saying Crisis kind of sucks, and yeah, nobody should really buy it because it's janky and it's not really a great game. All
Now,
right.
if, like, dude, like that's how I was gonna lead it, but I just didn't want to.
Yeah. No, you
You
feel
were
free
feeling
to,
so good about it, Kevin.
No, feel
and you
free
were
to
so
fuck up
open-minded
this
about it.
podcast.
Like
I
that's what I was gonna
promised
say.
that-
It just
I
seems like a
promised everybody.
generic. Like it
is,
just seems like
it
it's
is.
something generic, and it's like, but look at this suit, and it's like,
It
oh yeah,
looked
press B
really
to go
cool
invisible,
at
RB
the
to
time.
like pull out your
Yeah.
visor, and
Yeah, it looked
whatever.
really cool.
Like
at
I've
the
done that
time.
before. Whatever.
And and I think we're past that. Like it had at the time, it was just visual eye candy, right? And it was nice. It was nice to look at. But we've got amazing games now. It's I don't know. Again, like Jordan said, man, let's get a fucking Dead Space remaster
How about we
going
just make
on here.
new games?
Because
for a change? I mean,
well, you
even
could do
better.
that too.
Even better.
Fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking if we had to have a remaster.
Yeah, we gotta have a
Dead
remaster
Space
from
would be
that
my
company.
choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand who made that fucking decision, but yeah, whatever.
Crisis.
Yeah. All right. So Crisis sucks.
Somebody got blackmailed or something.
Yeah. Somebody got one of those emails like, if you don't release the Crisis remaster, I'm going to release the pictures that I got from your webcam
Or it's just
to
like
to
this
everyone on your
really-
email list.
Or it's like this really weird group up in that level where they're just like, dude, I really like the Crisis games. It's just like, it touches me in that way. and
I don't
it's
get
like,
it.
Let's do the
It's
remaster
it
of
touches
Crysis.
them.
Yeah. That suit.
So our next topic, which I don't know a whole lot about, but I did read about it a little bit, is Dark Horse Comics. That I have used their app to download several comics. Like I think they did The Last of Us comic books that I read, and I think I downloaded some Division comic books from them. But I've always known them for comics, obviously. But they have gone ahead and spawned Dark Horse Games. And it's a brand new gaming and digital, studio. And they're in discussions talking about creating actual like AAA titles. I think that's always exciting, and that's kind of where my expertise dies. Right there is AAA titles that are new from a different maker, a different person, a different company coming in from a comic perspective, and not some Marvel, Disney owned bullshit. This might be unique and fun, and hopefully they have the funding to get done, what they want to get done. But I'm gonna throw it over to Mike, my boy here, who's comic book masturbator. And
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
And I want to know, I want to know how you're feeling about this, because I mean, we definitely got some potential, I think, to see some good
Dark
shit.
Horse. Dark Horse has some pretty good stuff. You've probably heard of shit like Umbrella Academy. They're on Netflix. They did the Mask comics. They did a bunch of Terminator versus Alien, or what was it? Alien versus Predator, Terminator and RoboCop, and all this shit. Right? I read this thing from one of the head guys, and he was like, we've been like doing this thing for 35 years, and we've kind of gotten a spot now to where that, oh man, I really wish I could remember the quote that he said, because I was like, that's a really strange way to put it. Like, it's something innovative, but not really. It's just like, now y'all are deciding to get into video games. I mean, obviously, like, Hellboy is one of their big IPs, okay? I know, like, the movies are good. There's, like, animated films as well. Like, I would be so down for a super AAA Mask game. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but just imagine what you could do with that, dude.
Like, you're talking Mask, like I know the Mask.
Jim
Carrey Mask?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that sounds
Yeah.
fucking terrible, Mike, but I'm going to
Really?
I'm going to take your word. And
Really?
yeah,
Oh,
game? You think
man.
that would work? You think that would work?
Yes, there
Okay,
was a
all
Super
right.
Nintendo
I mean,
game.
I'm all wrong today. I
well,
think
it's
aliens and I hate the
It's
mask.
Loki's like mask, like that's like the lore behind it. It's like the gods of mischief, like mask or whatever. And he's
Okay.
like, basically, yeah. I mean, if you've seen the movie, like you eat bombs. I mean, you could like. You could just do anything really. That's why it would be interesting to me, and it'd be super kooky and out there. Don't get me wrong. If I were to put my like number on it, it would be like make a badass like metal ride to hell, like on fire, motorcycles and stuff. Hellboy game, obviously.
Yes.
But they also have a bunch of other like Umbrella Academy and all this other stuff, and it kind of like they might do the whole team multiplayer thing, like But the IPs being said, though, what makes me curious, though, is like, where are they going to get this experience to make these games? Because they got to be good. They're getting into the new game area, so it's like
They'll obviously
you
just
know?
get everybody from the Avengers to bring them over
God.
from Crystal Dynamics, right? I mean,
I
that's
hope
just
not.
the
Oh,
That's exactly
God.
what I think too. Whenever I like see like Umbrella Academy, I'm just like, no, because I mean, how else would you do it? Like a team up game,
Yeah.
or just give me a
You could
badass
do,
Predator game, or
you
whatever.
could do. You
Like,
know
I
what? It's all
that's
going to
not-
be. They're all going to be Telltale like games, point and click
Yeah.
adventures. That's it.
Yeah.
Triple A
No more of those.
point and click adventures, all of them.
You could do that if you got the right IP for it.
I mean,
think.
yeah, I'm actually super guilty
Yeah.
of liking some of those point and clicks. So I
what would be
mean,
really
played-
cool is
yeah.
like a Sin City game, right? Like
Yes.
that would be
Exactly.
the one I would want from them.
Yes.
And you could do that in several different ways if you wanted to. But they've got, like you're right, like they've got so many like IPs, or potential IPs to,
yeah, I'm curious.
Jump in
I
there.
honestly am. I wonder, it would be a task to try to sit down and be like, all right, what do we do that isn't going to suck? And
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
gonna that's gonna sell with these IPs that they have access to. But I guess the whole point of the story is that we got another player, and that's fun
Yeah.
because
100.
somebody new, like 300, like that would be fucking cool.
Yeah, no,
I look forward to people trying risky shit, so I hope they get the chance to and come out with some amazing fucking Mask game that 3 years from now I'm gonna be like, oh my god, guys, have you played the Mask? You need to play
Mike
the
was
Mask.
right.
It's amazing.
Mike was
right. So I really do hope so. I really do.
No, that's true, man. Yeah, it's exciting to see again, like fresh blood come in this, and like I say, when they tout AAA, that's really
Right.
exciting
Yes.
because again,
Yeah,
the
that's a big
source
deal.
material, the
Like,
source
you're just
material that they have
going
to
for
work
it.
with here is so different. So obviously, it could be a little bit hard to appeal to a mass audience with some of their source material, but there's the unique stories and the unique characters, and that's kind of what we need to kind of refresh or
It
shake
is,
things up a
man.
bit.
Yes.
So that's what
yes.
I want, even if it's not
Dark Horse is big, man.
even if it's nothing that's like gameplay breaking, if we can get a really good narrative, that would be awesome.
Yeah, something memorable, right? I mean,
Yes.
I'm tired of games that I can't remember the second I'm done finishing them.
Yes.
And that sucks because some of them were unique. Like I was just thinking, this isn't in our agenda, so I guess I can touch on it. Like everybody's talking about the Medium coming, getting rated for PlayStation, right?
PlayStation.
And that's amazing, and I'm glad. But I don't remember the fuck anything about the Medium. I played it. I don't remember a single fucking thing. I played it all the way through. I finished it. I didn't hate it, but it was like going to Chili's you know, and you eat, and I mean, if I were to ask you what you had at Chili's 2 days later, would you know? I mean, no, you'd be like, well, it didn't make me sick. I don't have, hepatitis. So I guess it was good. And that's what I'm tired of is games like that. And even and the median was unique, right? But it's still, so they got big shoes to fill is all I'm saying. Like it's really tough to come up with something unique, take risks, and actually have it work. So good luck to Dark Horse
best of luck.
Games.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I look forward to seeing what's in store. And speaking of being unique or lack of being unique, Nintendo Direct is coming up, and I'm guessing there's gonna be Mario something, and that's maybe. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we'll get like some cool indie games that are being re-released from Steam for $60. I mean, it could be crazy. It could be another remaster or a re-release. I don't know. Does anybody have expectations for Nintendo Direct? Does anybody give a fuck about Nintendo Direct? I don't know. I know people get so excited. I see it on my stream on Twitter. People get super excited, but I don't. What for? What are we waiting for this time? Is there something to be excited about? I speak as a person who has to dust off and find his Nintendo Switch every 6 months when I want to travel with it. So it's not like I don't own one and I haven't played some great games on it. But is this something that we should be excited for? Oh, ladies excited in chat. Okay, fine. Come on, I'll send you the stream link. You can come tell us what to be excited about. Because I honestly don't know. Is anybody here? No. Do we have Dan? Are you Dan the Penis Man? Are you a Nintendo fan?
No. Yes, I am a Nintendo fan. We talked about this on SG a little bit. We've been fans for so long, right? And it feels like not that they're like, I guess, betraying us, but like they haven't. For those longtime fans, we haven't seen a whole lot of, new stuff, right? We haven't seen a whole lot. It's mostly because the other companies seem to be outpacing them. They're dropping stuff every month, or they've got stuff on the horizon that's new and fresh, and Nintendo just kind of sits and does their thing, which is fine, because they're making money, and which is the bottom line. But for the longtime fans that have been around since the NES, it's disappointing sometimes.
Yes,
because you show a little flash of a Metroid Prime 4. And then that's it for, over a year or two, and like, what the heck is it? Now, like Lady said, Breath of the Wild 2, I'm excited about that one for sure. That one's going to get bought, get played, 100%. That was one of my favorites.
I read that, and all I can think about was how fucking bored I was playing Breath of the Wild. Oh my God, I have never been more bored in my fucking life.
In its defense, it brought so many new mechanics and did them so well to the gaming community, or just the gaming really. that was the thing.
I can't argue with that.
There was so much they could have done more with the story. I think they could have done a little bit more. It was just you always had your goal of what you had to do. It was just what you could do in the game or things that you hadn't seen before. It was just poorly kind of put together, I guess. So, but I'm still excited for it. Other than that, I can't think of a single damn thing. I don't care about Smash. I don't care about any of that stuff.
Who the fuck is this?
Hey, we got a hacker. We got a hacker. What the fuck? What's
Challenger
happening?
Approaching.
Mike, you're supposed to take care of this shit.
No.
What's up, Mo? How are you, bro?
First of all,
we're in the middle of exciting Nintendo.
There's no fucking
shit.
Aliens in Battlefield, Kevin. All right, is this what I?
You know what? I said I was gonna. I said I was gonna fuck shit up. I warned you. Like, how many tweets? Shit's gonna happen on this podcast, but no. He's like. Out of all the people here. I don't know. Out of all the people here, he's like, "Hey, Kevin, you want to run with the podcast? This is your fucking stupid decision, okay? It's your fault. This is your fault."
It's my fault.
Jordan would have been Dan would have been a better choice. No, Jesus Christ. You could have randomly picked somebody from chat to host it. It would have been a better choice.
I like the alien bit, Kevin. I
Yeah.
like the
Dude,
alien
motherfucker,
bit.
if there's
was cute.
any fucking aliens, I'm gonna shit on everyone on this chat. Everybody. Everybody.
Well,
hope
everyone's
it's
gonna
aliens.
remember that too. What's
right.
up, boys?
All right.
Carry
What's up,
on,
man?
baby. Carry
yeah,
on,
yeah.
man.
So we're talking Nintendo. We're talking about how exciting Breath of the Wild is, and how people are excited about Breath of the Wild 2. I saw Splatoon 3. Never played Splatoon in my life, but I've heard it's fun. Never played it. You know, if Nintendo Online wasn't such jank ass bullshit, I think I might be more into my Switch. But yeah, I look forward to Mario Kart 9. I mean, I don't know. Are we gonna get something like that? Oh, sweet.
Nope. We're not getting anything. I mean, it's gonna be like they'll show some Splatoon, they'll show some Breath of the Wild. They aren't. I don't know if they're gonna show anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't think of a single thing. And,
I would like some Metroid.
Yeah, that would.
Something.
Yeah, it's gonna be a new like logo. That's what they're gonna show.
Yeah.
It's like it's a different font, but also Metroid Prime.
Or
4.
just the lightning bolt like symbol, like
Yeah.
shimmering somewhere, and you're
Oh
like,
my
what?
I can't with these guys anymore.
That was it?
Yeah,
I can't.
Samus?
I can't. I shit on them all the time, you know. But it's out of a place of love. It's like watching one of your kids disappoint you over and over again. So you know that's basically where I'm at with Nintendo.
Well,
Like do
I'm not-
something, you know.
Speaking of
Jeez.
Nintendo, though, I'm not gonna lie. I was looking up Pokemon Snap because I'm thinking about getting that. Right, guys? Pokemon Snap? Right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Y'all played the first one, though, on Nintendo 64,
Yeah,
correct?
Yeah,
I played it.
totally.
Mike, don't worry.
Uh,
I played the shit out of it. I'm with you too, Mike. Don't worry.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
Thanks, Jordan.
all right,
Hey,
good,
man.
I'm
good.
here.
Make
I'm
me
here.
feel good, baby.
I
Woo!
thought about buying it for a week, but I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna play it.
Yeah, I was like, I wanna get it for the experience just because like I like Pokemon or whatever.
Yeah, I hear
But
you.
then I'm like, I don't know, that could be a really kind of a shitty experience for how much are fucking Switch
Full
games?
price. It's $60, man. It's on
And
rails.
it'll stay
you
that
know?
way too for like
Forever.
5
For
years,
fucking
maybe.
6
Yeah,
months.
forever.
For
It'll
3
be
months when you can
on
buy
sale.
the game.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So like, yeah, I mean, I kind of want it just to experience it, but like, whenever I think of new Nintendo stuff, it's like it's either got to be Metroid, like a handful of things, like a Mario thing maybe or whatever.
Right.
But
Right.
Splatoon, come on, man! I
Right.
saw that shit on the Wii U, and I was like, what is this paintball garbage? Like, oh, it's supposed to simulate blood. Like, get out of here! Like, no, it's not supposed to. But, anyways,
All right, so
Yeah.
basically what you guys are talking about is expectations from this new Nintendo or from the Nintendo show.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well,
Mundo.
yeah, I'm sure you touched on Breath of the Wild too, and
Yep.
I don't know if
little
they're
bit.
actually going to. It would be funny if they actually did confirm. If they did confirm the new rumored Switch on the show, you know, but in a 40-minute time span with all of the software that they're bringing on, I don't know, man. You know, would be nice. Would be nice, you know. Maybe like you guys said, I'm sure you probably mentioned Metroid Prime 4, Metroid Prime Remastered, really any type of 3D Metroid. You know, so the maybe for Zelda too, I would like a freaking Wind Waker port. You know,
Oh, okay.
Honestly,
I would
man.
take something like that. Give me
Twilight
other-
Princess port, just something, man. You know, I mean,
It's
yeah.
all
I
wishful
would take
thinking.
those.
That's what our expectations are. I think.
Mhm.
In summary.
Yeah, so
Okay. I'm awake
Nintendo,
again.
man.
You guys done with Nintendo now? Are we good?
I mean, you know, aren't you
I
guys
like
excited,
fucking with
man?
Nintendo.
Splatoon 3? Come on,
I cannot
bro.
get excited for Nintendo. I just can't, man. It's just not something that excites me. I don't know what would excite me. Maybe more cardboard games. Maybe a race car
Labo.
that
Yes.
doesn't work on carpet.
Yes.
I don't know, man. Like, I think
You said cardboard
I-
games. I was like, is he meaning the fucking?
yes, the
I
shit
got
you
you.
build,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
The shit you build.
Yeah, this shit.
Oh fuck, man! I know. I'm so jaded, dude. I'm so jaded. I really wanted to like I pre-ordered the Switch and everything, and then the first game I got was Breath of the Wild. It just disappointed me so much. It bored me to death. I tried to play it over and over again. I think I have like 27 hours in Breath of the Wild. 20 of them were just sitting there, not doing anything because it was so fucking boring.
Because of the
And
music.
yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know. It put me to sleep. It literally put me to sleep. But anyway, I'm excited for everybody that is excited about Nintendo Switch, and I really hope that some exciting shit comes to Nintendo for you guys.
So, are you guys? Do you guys think new hardware will be revealed or no?
I don't think
That
so.
could be the 40 minutes.
That excites me a little bit more. I think they might hint at something, dude. I saw a bunch of listings go up and then get taken off for that Switch Pro, you know, at like Walmart or maybe Amazon or some shit. So maybe, you know, and I love new hardware. I love what they're doing with their mobile. You know, they are literally the best mobile gaming you can get right now. I mean, bar none. Even the cloud bullshit doesn't. No. So I mean, yeah, I'd fucking buy it again. You know, I would. I'm a fucking degenerate. I'll buy it and play Tetris on it. You know, or I'll buy it and play. You know what I use my fucking Switch for, guys? Diablo 3. That's what I do. I take Diablo 3 with me. Yeah, and I pack it with me when I go to the hotel, and when we wind down at night, I'll play Diablo 3. That's it. So, I mean, I do it just for that. You know, maybe they'll upgrade it and let me play in like 480p
I did not know that
or
game was on the
520p.
Switch.
It is, and it's actually a really good port, and it
Really?
works really well. Yeah,
Holy shit,
yeah, it's
that is
really good.
amazing.
It's really good. Portable Diablo. I mean, it is the best portable Diablo version. It's the only portable Diablo version, I think. But yeah, that's what I use my Switch for. Diablo, and I have LA Noir that I'm playing through as well on the Switch.
You get Mortal Kombat on the Switch too.
So, you know, I'm if more third-party
Look,
games,
man.
if it had more power to play some of these nicer games, I'd fucking buy it. I'd buy a new Switch. I'd buy a Switch Pro.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Look, I've been really salty on Nintendo. You know, I think a lot of people have recently, but yeah, Switch Pro, I'm gonna fucking buy it, man. I think a lot of us are gonna.
Don't fucking do it, Mo. You don't need
Yeah,
it.
you know what? You say that
don't
now, bro.
need
You
it.
know you're
Mo-
going to. Especially
Going
now that
so
he's
much
like
outside
tasting-
of his house is insane, guys.
He's
Come on.
tasting that multi-platform sweetness
No,
right
no,
now,
no,
dude.
no,
Who
no.
you lied to, boy?
I'm on vacation. I left my Switch at home. That's how much I don't fucking need it.
Oh yeah, that is
Oh
true.
shit!
Yeah, that is true, man. That
Oh
is true.
God. I know, Dan. I know. I'm sorry. Sorry.
What?
All right, let's get
What
to
happened?
No Man's Sky.
Yeah,
have no idea,
let's get to No Man's Sky, which is exciting. And No Man's Sky is like one of those stories that is just nice, I guess. Remember, No Man's Sky came out in 2016. It was a fucking just empty game. I mean, the mechanics were there, but Sean Murray hyped it up, right? And the studio hyped it up and delivered on like fucking 20% of what they promised, you know, and then they disappeared and they crunched and they have been pumping out update after update. They did like Beyond, and then they did another one, and now they have Prisms, and that just released, and all these have been free, like free updates. They have not been charging anybody for these, and this one is probably one of their more substantial ones that builds off of their Beyond update, and the list is huge. It has, sorry about the dogs. It has just a ton of content, a ton of upgrades for next gen systems, and I wonder if anybody else, you know, has something to say, because my dogs are. I'm going on mute for a second, so have at it, people. What do you think about about the Prisms?
I didn't even know it was a thing.
Yeah.
And Mo
Yeah,
is
it's not
muted.
out.
So
Go, Dan. Go, Dan.
there goes. No. I actually played that a little bit this week. I launched it because I heard there was some kind of update. I don't know what it was. I just kind of jumped in and played a little bit, and it was cool. It's still cool. I actually preferred it. This is going to sound stupid, when it was less built. So like when I got it on the PS4, I was like, this is great. And then they added everything. They added like 3 games to it. And I was like, what in the hell? I don't even know what the hell's going on anymore. You know, it was very basic, you know, and I appreciate what they were trying to do, but I actually preferred it when it was, you know, back like simpler, like the classic version, I guess.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
but it's
No,
still really good. I mean, hats off to them for what they did.
I totally hear you, Dan, because I was a late adopter to that game also. I think I played it in it maybe for the first time maybe 2.5 years ago, and even then I was like, wow, this is really overwhelming how much stuff they throw at you at once. And now to hear
Yeah.
that there's more, I'm just like, I'm already drowning, guys, and you're just pouring more water on my head. It's very pretty though, and like the whole procedural stuff is very interesting, and it's incredibly deep, and which is great for those that dig it. But it's a little bit much for me right now, and I feel like early adopters would be, unless they're into the survival games, they would be a little bit lost.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, man. I think if you got the way I look at No Man's Sky is, if you're the type of person that wants this type of world and are completely ready to be invested into it because it's
Yes.
going to drain hundreds of hours of your time. If you're the type that doesn't have ADD when it comes to gaming, and you just want one experience that you could just dive into and just spend a shit ton of time on, this is your game, because it's unbelievable. And really, it's awesome too for the people that, like you guys were saying, the early adopters, just to be able to like look over here, like look at Boogie. Boogie's saying he's got 400 hours into this.
That's
game.
amazing.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
I probably
Boogie,
got
that's
about 100, but
yeah, man. So he is gonna be the type of person. He's the ideal candidate for the type of for someone who would appreciate what they've done with this game from day one.
Yep.
When you got the skeleton that they initially had versus where it is now. I wish I could honestly say that. I never played the game when it first came out. That's why I don't have a lot of a lot to say on it for it. But obviously we've all seen what they've done with it since, and honestly, man, it's nothing short of remarkable. Especially like when the game came out, and all the shit that they went through, and then obviously they had a fire during their development of the game. Actually, Boogie just reminded me of that. He said they had a fire during development and they lost
like
a lot of their
literal
work.
fire.
And Sony wouldn't allow them to postpone the release. I gotta look that up, because Sony hasn't been.
It's no shit. It's an incredible game. Like, so I did play it on release, and I've played it a little bit. I probably only have like 15 hours in. But they went from this bare bones game to something that when you jump in now, you do have a quest line. You have markers. It used to just dump you in and give you like 2 things to do, and then it said, "Fuck you, you're in space." And that was it, and that was daunting. Like, people were just like, okay, what the fuck do I do now? Like, where do I go? So it's, and the planets are full of life now. They're just teeming with little fucking mutated animals and plants, and I mean, and it's just it's a solid game for people that do like those kinds of games. So your Ark players, your Rust players, I think the survival type of player that wants something even more casual, because it is pretty casual. Surviving's easy, basically, So yeah, if you want something to chill out, then this game's for you. Anyway, I mean, I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time on the No Man's Sky shit. Sorry about my dogs. My kid just came home. I just think it's cool that it's still around. It's still making news, and people are still enjoying it when it should have, for all intents and purposes, should have failed, right? So, I mean, good work, Sean Murray and the team there. I don't know, I don't know how they're still making money, but because everything's free. But I would buy their next game based off of this and how they turned it all around.
Sure. Yeah, man. No, it's awesome. Whenever you get a game that's this is something that's been said for countless times. A lot of people have talked about it on endless shows, but this is the game that people always reference. Whenever like a shitty game comes out, or at least a game comes out in a shitty state at release, and everybody's like, "Ooh, is this gonna have a No Man's Sky type of comeback?" We were hoping for Anthem, but unfortunately that didn't. That didn't work
Just
out.
had to bring up Anthem.
I know, man. I know. We had
all right.
to.
Well, on to greener pastures, man. We got a hefty. This is a huge topic. We have it sliced up into individual topics, but we'll just fucking run with it, because they're all gonna kind of intertwine. Sony's been having a lot of news, and we'll start with Herman Holst's really big interview, right? That the PlayStation blog put out, and I mean, he touched on all sorts of shit, and I know Mo's intimately familiar with the blog post. I've read through it now 3 times, and I keep having to fucking bring it up because it's meaty, and I mean he touches on just everything, like the new IPs that are coming out, Bend Studios and what they are working on, or really he doesn't say much about what they're working on. But let's just hit up these topics. Let's kind of break it down. I mean, we have had tons of news, and I know that a lot of us here are looking forward to some of these exclusives that are coming out for PS5. And I know that I was, I'm gonna touch on God of War, and I know Mo loves his God of War, but I wanted it so badly to be a 2021 release, but I knew that it just didn't seem possible. Not if they were, not with the PS5 coming in, not with them having to, tweak shit for that as well. But did anybody here, like on the panel, Jordan, did you think, this was going to hit for 2021? I mean, are you disappointed that the news came out that it did get pushed to 2022?
No, absolutely not. I'm not disappointed, and then probably just because, again, I only just started playing the first one, so I still have plenty of game to go through, so it's no skin off my back, really. I didn't expect it to come out this year either, too. It just felt really, really quick.
It did.
It did.
I feel like God of War is still a new game.
It feels like a new game. It feels like it could have released like just a few months ago with the state that I'm playing it in right now.
Yesterday.
It's that good. Yeah.
It is that good. Mo knew all along that this shit was not making it for 2021.
Yes.
I think he definitely
a lot of us did, man.
I know. I don't know why they kept us on the rope for so long. I don't know why they waited.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have a business decision on that, but
this whole thing really is this whole thing really was just a clusterfuck, I mean, because it was just the discourse, I think, was around because of the whole console warring thing. Before I get into that, Joe, good to see you here, brother. And Graham and Diego, everybody
showed
I
up.
didn't properly come in.
Trophy room.
Guys, thank you for being with us. So basically, Herman Hulst announces God of War getting delayed and Gran Turismo 7, and obviously, like you said, PS5 and PS4, it's cross-gen. The whole problem with this thing is it's because of Sony's messaging, and that's really what people had a problem with. And whether you cut yourself and you bleed green and you just eat that all up or not, I don't give a fuck about that. But they're really, like, that's where a lot of the discourse came from, is because a lot of people were like, well, Xbox was really upfront about this whole thing from before, about the cross gen, and the whole "we believe in generations" thing kept really popping up over the past week. So Sony really, they ended up doing it because it seems like too that just reading, I tweeted about this earlier, reading about when the developers actually got their hands on the development kits, on the dev kits themselves, it seems like that they got them pretty late in the cycles, hence why games like God of War, or at least Ragnarok or whatever it's going to be called, and Gran Turismo and Horizon Forbidden West, some of these games that have been in development for at least a couple of years now, they haven't had their hands on these kits for very long. So I think they had decided that they were going to do this a long time ago, and they just I don't know, maybe it was just part of their marketing ploy, right? Like, buy a PS5, something new, it's shiny, you're gonna get everything for it. So I think they had decided to do this from before, and now they're kind of like slowly trickling it in. Unfortunately, nobody's really buying it, in that, from that sense. Everybody's like, well, yeah, it's pretty obvious that you are doing it. And I think really this is happening because Sony's also realizing it's not just money, and it's not just 140 million consoles that you're leaving out there that you could potentially sell these games to. It's also the fact that you really have to give it to Xbox too, from the fact that it's ecosystem now, right? It's not just PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, right? The whole console thing. It's not like that anymore, and I think Sony is really starting to understand that. They're starting to understand that this is going to be the future. This is the way, right? It's a PS4, PS5, PC. That's why they're talking about releasing these games on PC. You're playing a PlayStation game, in their ecosystem, not on their console, you know. So I think yeah, man, I think you know, outside of like the discourse and whatnot, it makes sense, you know. My whole thing with it is, you know, the whole conversation starts to come up like, oh, is it holding back? Is it, you know, or is cross-gen holding back the new consoles, blah blah blah. I'm not really one who personally feels that that's the case, especially depending on who you talk to, you know, because despite the fact that there's such a chasm between the CPU, for instance, you got the Jaguar Mobile processors for the PS4, and then you have an AMD Zen 2 in the new one in the PS5 and Series X, and obviously the GPU. A lot of people, you know, like when you talk to people who actually know what they're talking about and who are not just like spitting out jargon on Twitter, you know, 12 teraflops, AMD FX, all this bullshit that they have no idea what it is, but they're just saying it just for console warring purposes. If you actually talk to people who know what they're talking about, they will tell you that it really doesn't matter, right? Because, like, I mean, it's really, yeah, you're talking about DualSense and SSD speeds and all this shit. I can go on and on, but yeah, I don't know, man. You know, like, I mean, it's I think they should have just been more upfront about it from the beginning, you know, but I don't know. What do you think? What do you guys think? Dan?
Yeah, so
Daniel?
they kind of were, right? Like everybody focuses on one sentence of that entire like interview that he did. Like if you go, you know, a little bit before that, he actually says, you know, we've always felt that we've had a responsibility to continue to serve the community, the PS4 community, at the launch of the, you know, when we launch a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem. It's we take one thing that he said without any kind of context, and then everybody infers what they want to infer from one sentence. But if you actually go back and read the whole thing, you know,
Yes.
I mean, it's a lot more to it than just we believe in generations. Well, that means that these are only going to be developed for this. That's not what he said.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's where I have the issue, is that people won't take the time to actually read stuff, or they cherry pick whatever they want,
Of course,
and then run with that. So it's stupid. But I mean, they said, you know, when they during this interview that he did, that he said we believe in generations. He said, yeah, we're gonna, you know, first couple of years we're gonna support the PS4. You know, it'd be stupid not to, because there's, you know, 100 million-ish people that have them. You know, so of course we're going to continue to support the PS4. And then later on in the interview, he said, yeah, we believe in generations. But then he really started talking about, you know, yeah, we're going to, you know, implement the 3D audio. We think that these new games should have, you know, the 3D audio, the DualSense support, you know, the better graphics and stuff like that. Now, when you develop games, from what I understand, you know, developing them for a specific system that has those capabilities, like the SSD, you know, excuse me. And, you know, you can do more stuff and probably make the game a little bit better, but I don't think it's going to get to the point where it's holding anything back. You know, they never actually said anything about the God of War sequel not being a PS4 game. Then, you know, the only one they really did was GT7, right? That was the one that said that was going to be a PS5 game only. Yeah. So they backtrack on that one game. You know, Horizon was never explicitly said that they were going to have it one way or the other. So if you want to use this one comment without the actual context of how he, you know, what he said, then, you know, I can't do anything for you. You're going to run with it. You know, he's a liar, you know, whatever. Jim, what did they call him? Lion Ryan? That's fine.
Lion Ryan.
Oh my God.
Right? Not a big fan of the dude.
You know,
but at the same time, I also will take the time to find out what the context is that he actually said this quote. So
stop being so logical, god damn it.
I think Chris Topsy is here. He's right too over here. You know, he said, like, obviously it was a PR thing. Now that we go back and we look at it, you know, clearly it was. But, you know, the only one where they actually pinned it on is Gran Turismo 7. You know, the rest of them, like, we really didn't know. Yeah, you know, really, it was just assumed. It was always assumed.
And Ratchet and Clank is a PS5 only game, you know, but then you look at Miles Morales, it's both, you know.
And I had mentioned this earlier this week too, man, really. Like, I mean, despite all of these things going on, you know, with we were just talking about the developers getting access to the development kits. Let's just say they got them late. Insomniac are fucking wizards.
They are.
Insomniac are
They
wizards.
are.
You know, the fact that they were able to pump out Miles Morales, you know, simultaneously as a cross-gen game and make a game that's only on the PS5, despite the fact that they also got the development kits at the same time.
Yeah.
You really got to hand it to them, bro. It's phenomenal.
They're
Honestly,
outstanding.
what a steal they were, dude. What a steal. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I should have bought them.
Yeah, you should have.
Yeah, we all should have.
Damn it. I know.
And you know, another part of it is, you know, you're going to say that, you know, to try to push sales a little bit too. I mean,
Sure.
that's just
Oh,
what
yeah.
it is.
Of course.
You know, I mean, it's like,
Of course.
I think I tweeted out, it's like they've never seen a business adapt or change given the, you know,
Well,
current
you know-
market or
you know what's funny is-
situation.
Yeah, they're not.
Very
The
true.
thing is, people are acting like for Gran Turismo, they're acting like they took it away from PS5. Now that would be something to bitch about, right? They're literally just saying that they're going to release it for PS4 as well. So they're giving you more. So shut the fuck up.
Right.
Like Jesus Christ, man! It's not a bait and switch; it's a bait and give.
You know-
I mean, at this point, so I don't understand it. They're not baiting anybody. I just want to say baiting a lot.
Yeah, I know.
But
You're the master.
what do you guys? You know, fuck that. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Does anybody have any idea about the new IPs? Is there wishful thinking? This is the kind of shit that I live for. Like, what do you guys want to see? They said 25 new IPs coming.
Well-
Half of 25 is like 11, based on my crude math. And I want to know, like, what do we want to see Sony do? And will Ben's studio do something, you know, with zombie motorcycles? That's what I want to know. Those are the pressing questions I have for the panel today.
That's a big.
Let's go.
Yeah, those are a lot, man. You know, because they said there's 25 new games, half of them new IPs. Obviously, they're not going to all be AAA games. You know, we know Team Asobi, which is that new, you know, that official. You know, now they're officially part of the PlayStation Studios. They're the makers of Astrobot. They're making one. You know, we know Ben Studios making a brand new IP that was also in the interview as well. I mean,
Yeah, I thought they got shipped off to Naughty Dog, right?
they didn't, dude. That was just a bunch of fucking crap. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Yeah.
No. You mean Jason
They
Schreier
got
was
their own.
wrong? Yeah.
No, the only thing is people are mad that they're not making Days Gone 2, right?
Mhm.
Sure.
Okay, Days
They're-
Gone 2
they're
didn't
butthurt.
sell the way that they wanted. So maybe down the line it will, especially now it released on PC. Maybe, you know, there's a lot of people that are playing it. I have a lot of PC friends playing it. They're enjoying it. You know, I mean, so maybe it'll get that second kick, that second life. Horizon Zero Dawn has been pretty successful for them. What did they say the other day? They got like a 250% return on investment on
Yep.
it. So maybe that will be the driving
Damn.
factor later on. Yeah, dude. Yeah. PC.
Yeah, that's a lot of
That's
money.
why games are coming on PC. Like, I mean, it's gonna happen.
Exactly.
It's a huge
Yeah,
market,
exactly.
man.
It's a huge market, man. It's gonna happen. So maybe down the line they will, but as of now, they just Ben's making something else. So, well, as far as what it can be, I don't know, man. Jordan's been quiet for a hot second, bro.
Sly
You know, so, I mean,
Cooper.
No, I was.
Like
You know,
Airbnb,
I wanted
baby.
to. I wanted to let you kind of get some. I know you were itching to get some words out, my man. I know how you are. I know how you are. No, honestly, not that there's anything wrong with the third person formula. You know, maybe they could do their own RPG or their own competent shooter. Maybe we can get Resistance now, but that's not a new IP.
Oh my
but,
god!
but-
or
but-
something
but-
in that
yes.
in that realm.
something in that
That'd be
vein.
amazing.
Something in that vein. Maybe like
Yes.
Xbox. What's about Xbox having all these multiplayer experiences that are really really good.
Mhm.
PlayStation doesn't really have that. So something in that realm would be interesting. Not that it's satisfactory for me just to have
Sure.
that on Xbox alone
Mhm.
because it gives me that variety already. But yeah, something outside of the third person action adventure game.
Mhm. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, that's why too they have those two studios, Haven
Mhm.
with what's her name,
Jade Raymond.
Jade Raymond. Oh yeah, they got Haven Studio with Jade Raymond.
The genius.
I think the last
no.
time I mentioned her dad was on the show too.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
He is the best.
Yeah.
You know, and then they got that new Firewalk Studio, which apparently they're making. I think it's a first-person shooter. I think it's an online
Right.
FPS that's supposed to
you're
be
right.
AAA or something. So Yeah, man, they should. They definitely should be. I don't know, dude. It's gonna be a lot, but what else were you saying, Jordan? You were saying something about their this whole thing, with the cross gen and whatnot.
Oh no, I was
Oh.
I was just saying as far as like having different types of gaming experiences on two different on the Xbox versus the PlayStation platforms, I was okay with that. But as far as cross-gen stuff, I'm honestly the way that we've seen the games that have released and the ones that are coming out, like the way that they look as far as how they run, I really can't complain a whole lot as far as like feeling that my Series X or my PS5 is being held back.
Right.
At least not yet.
What's funny is, so this all stemmed to from like right after the Horizon Zero Dawn fucking 6 hour stream, and the first 4 hours were meh, but then we actually saw gameplay, and didn't even, it looked so fucking good that I didn't even care what it was running on. If it was running on a goddamn potato, like I wouldn't have given a shit, because and then they find out that it's going to be cross-gen, and then all of a sudden it's an issue. Go fuck a potato, because that is bullshit. Like, you're just finding it's this fucking culture, man. It's this stupid ass culture where they just want everything the way that they see fit, and obviously they're doing very well for themselves being Twitter trolls, and know how these companies are going to operate. Horizon Zero Dawn, Horizon Forbidden West, I keep wanting to call it Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West, but it looked really good. And then there was enough bitching that the devs, had an article about the differences between, the PS5 and the PS4, and how they are assuring people that it's not being held back.
I totally missed that.
Now that fucking dev, right, was probably sitting there crunching away, doing whatever devs do, naked in his bedroom or something, and working on his laptop, and got told by some boss that now he needs to fucking attend some, interview because they got to do, some damage control bullshit because people are upset. It's garbage. You're wasting people's fucking time, man. Just let them do what they do. The game is going to be beautiful. Ratchet and Clank is going to be beautiful. I don't care if it's fucking 4K, rectal injection. I mean, I don't give a shit what they do, man. They're gonna make it look amazing. Like, I'm just so sick and tired of people fucking bitching just to bitch. And if it comes out on PS4 and PS5, then there's going to be enhancements for the PS5 that the PS4 people will not have. So you will be a happy camper. You will have amazing water. You will have, reflective surfaces. You will have things to, justify your fucking purchase. For the time being, that's all you can ask for. They are not going to slough off millions of users, right, of the PS4 just for your fucking vanity's sake. It's not going to happen.
But that was the funny thing about it, though, because that's what we were saying earlier this week after this whole thing came out, right? We were like, just last week when you guys were looking at Horizon Forbidden West, nobody was talking about cross-gen. Nobody was talking about,
it was just, oh my God, how beautiful.
Yeah, then all of a sudden this came out and it was just like, wow, pitchforks and all this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's...
hypocrisy, man.
I mean, we see it all the time. It's not even worth freaking mentioning. But
it's not even newsworthy.
I just thought it was funny. I'm like, bro, did you guys just forget that we just saw another game that was cross-gen and it actually looked awesome?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Like, and they're all going to be playing it on their PS5s. Right. It's like everybody, they're all going to be like,
So
oh my God.
What's the fucking problem, man? I mean, what is the issue? And then I see shit on my stream about Ratchet and Clank, right? And Insomniac came out with, the performance mode and the performance RT mode and then the quality mode, right? And then people are asking, well, how many pixels are in there? What's the native? No, nobody fucking gives a shit. Have you played Spider-Man? Have you just shut the fuck up and go play Spider-Man and tell me that once you're in that game, you give a fuck about pixels because it looked beautiful. I don't care what they're using. I'm not Digital Foundry, right? I mean, they do it because they get their rocks off on that shit, and that's amazing, and I like that shit too. But they do it for science. You know, like your gamers are not. No, man. Does it look good on my TV? Yes. Does it play smoothly? Yes. That's it. You know, and they just suck the fucking fun out of everything, man. And it's yeah. I don't know.
Diego's right here though. But, you know, it comes out. Everyone will post their zoomed in pics and talk
Yes.
about The Rock, and you know, we were talking about that a couple weeks ago.
800% zoom, puddle gate, right? I mean, it's always something. And Ratchet and Clank's fur on his asshole is not going to be as, you know, as graphically tuned as his face or something. You know, they're going to go in some alley somewhere and find a dumpster with a texture that looks like shit and call the game a 4 out of 10. That's just what's going to happen. And it's just sad, dude. It's supposed to be a fun hobby. So it makes me sad, and I hope they all die.
Let me mention one thing though. Mike, Mike, you haven't said anything yet, bro. What do you think about all this, man?
Yeah.
You're someone who's about to transition into the.
I know. See, and that's the thing.
Transition
Right?
to get a PS5.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
whenever I
PS5
heard we
transition.
only believe in generations, I just instantly was like, you know what? I actually am not going to get one anymore because I want to keep myself from enjoyment.
you
Honestly,
go.
man, this kind of stuff
Take it to
is
the
just
man.
that, like, I mean, honestly, I don't know how to say it without being like a fucking rude person. Like, it's high school shit, dude. It's look, my stuff is better than yours and stuff like that. And that's all good. Like, I get it. There is critical thinking like towards it, and I understand that. Like, I was actually talking to you, Mo, about it, where it's okay, so I was like, okay, so they changed their strategy up. Like, something happened at this time, it changed up, and so now they got to change their strategy up because they're a multi-million-dollar business who needs to make a lot of money. And then I was just like, some random, I don't really know who this person was, but then they brought up, he was like, so if people were going into buying their PlayStation 5 back when they released because of the generational thing, you know, like, did Sony trick people into buying these PlayStation 5s early? And I am just like, how did you, like, that is, maybe I'm fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying? And like,
No,
I just
you're
did not think that, dude. And like, I was like, that's dig. I don't know. I just believe that's deep digging, because to me, video games is not something to where you like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how they run it, dude. Their rhetoric is so fucking good that I don't get it, man. Like the way they spin this shit to be like, yeah, look at this.
It's not.
Look
it's
what I
not-
did. Look what I got.
Their rhetoric
whatever.
is not good, bro. Their
Dude,
rhetoric
I don't know
is
how
not-
they come
if
up
you-
with this stuff.
If you
It's
have
good.
if you see all the shit that you see every day and you see the type of crap that they say, you can just read right through it, bro. It's not good rhetoric. It's just reinforced by the cretins and the trolls and all these people that follow them and enable them to keep saying the same type of shit that they say all the time. You know, it's like it's one big happy family, bro. That's how it works. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
yeah, whatever, dude. It's
Yeah, so it's hard for me to look at Sony as a company like that who like swindled me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that way. I'm just thinking like God of War's delayed or whatever.
It's
like
because
they-
you're normal, Mike.
like, dude, like,
It's because you're
how
normal.
about when the Series X came out? I remember when the Series X came out and people were like, you know, people were talking about the development kits, right? Or the SDK 2 or the new SDK that they have, and apparently like some of their features weren't available or whatnot. You know, can you imagine even at that time if someone out there just said like, well, Xbox duped me into buying their Series X and all of the features are not fully available yet, so
yeah.
it's really the same shit, right? Like, I mean, these are types of things that would never cross our minds, right? Because you pay $500 not just for now, but for the future. Like, you know what you're investing into, you know what you're gonna get back in return. But this is all, it's all stupid, bro. It's all stupid. You know, I mean, it would be one thing if they sold you the console and they didn't provide you anything at all, you know.
Yeah.
Then maybe you would have some merit, you know, maybe there would be some merit to that conversation. But I mean, fuck, dude, I think we're eating pretty good, you know, these last few months. So
Yeah, I mean,
There's
and
been
not
no
only that, like
shortage
with the
of shit to
upcoming
play.
events. Yes, exactly. With the upcoming events, and though I'm sure they got it all marketed out, both on Xbox and PlayStation side, this holiday season out. It's like we're rotating off of the the pandemic and stuff, and they're trying to get back into the world or whatever. You know what I mean? And I do feel like 2021 is still like getting a lot of residual effects from what happened in 2020. And we might not see it until like 2022, like mid 2022, where everything's kind of like, is firing on all cylinders. So, but that's what I think right now. So I expect a few different shifts before until then.
Hey, did you guys see Hideo Kojima retweeting that PlayStation tweet?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't believe people aren't talking about that. I thought that was funny. It's like a little bit of drama in there. So that the PlayStation account, when they tweeted out, the Herman Hulst interview, all that shit that we're talking about right now.
Mhm.
So Hideo Kojima retweeted that, right? And then I saw that and I'm like, well, why are you retweeting? And then if you actually read it, because Herman Hulst talks about relationships that they have or relationships that they've had, and projects that they've done with other third-party studios, and how they're going to continue to invest in that. He mentions Kojima Productions and Death Stranding and whatever. So I was having this conversation with on WhatsApp with some guys, and they were like, well, no, it's just because he mentioned Death Stranding in it. I'm like, but it's so so what, so I don't know. I just thought that was like a little bit funny, considering all this, all this the rumor about him supposedly, maybe joining Xbox for or signing with Xbox for a first party or for an IP, for an exclusive game or whatever it is. So yeah, so either really not, I just wanted to mention it because I thought it was funny. You could either look into it too much, or you could just be like, you know what, Hideo Kojima is a crazy motherfucker, so he could be doing this and completely throwing you off the scent. So he just busts out on the stage next Sunday and be like, hey, bitches.
Yeah, he's gonna bust out. Phil Spencer's gonna be there, but then he's gonna peel his skin off, and it's gonna be Hideo.
Whoa.
That's my rumor.
Shit. That's some Metal Gear 5 stuff.
Yeah,
That's exactly what
fucked up
Kojima
shit
would
right
do,
there.
bro.
Oh yeah. So
Oh fuck.
yeah. Anyway,
And,
man, so
yeah, we got exciting news though. Speaking, you touched on it. I'm gonna. No, I don't want to go to that topic just yet. I guess let's do this one because I have to take a piss, and Mike is gonna be psyched about this topic. Square Enix. Square Enix show is coming. Has so many fucking shows, right? June 13th. I'm not a huge Square Enix fan. However, do we have expectations for this, Mike? Are you looking forward to this? I know there's some Avengers shit that's going to be, maybe we're going to get an updated timeline for Avengers shit. I got to get back into it. See, all right. So Mike, what are you excited for? For this show on June 13th. And if anybody else is excited for anything, I don't know what Square Enix has up their sleeves right now. I just know that I'm sure they need something after Outriders and Avengers.
Yes, they do.
So
you are hitting
what
that.
are you
mark,
thinking,
Kevin.
Mike?
Final Fantasy, of course. I know that like slips your mind because you're not like the Final Fantasy dude. Mo, you Final Fantasy? I know you tried 7 or whatever. Dan, I don't take you as a Final Fantasy guy. You're muted.
oh, Dan, you're muted, homie.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, I am a Final Fantasy guy. I was eating peanut M&Ms. I didn't want to be
really?
rude and make my, the
man.
crunch.
It's all right, man.
No, I
sounds
like
like
Final Fantasy,
a
man.
sweet symphony coming
cool.
from you. I'm okay with that.
It does not. It does not, and it's worse because of the fatness. It's just like grease, but not really. Anyway, yeah, I love Final Fantasy. 15 was really good. I played the remake. I'm super excited for Integrate or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
With, and then the new DLC. So I'll probably play through it again after Ratchet probably. depending on how
Very
long it is, I
cool.
might jump back and forth. But I feel like the PlayStation is going to be used quite a bit over the next month or so. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm excited to see what. I mean, I have no idea what they're doing. So
Yeah. I
Yeah.
could see some Final Fantasy 16 getting showcased a little bit. Jordan, you Final Fantasy? I don't know. Like I know
I'm
that's
not
kind of like
I'm not big into it, man. I've played a handful of them. I've finished less of them than I've played. 15 was kind of like the first one I really kind of dove deep into and didn't really grab me.
I feel
Uh,
you. Yeah, it is a different type of open world
I
like
right,
kind
and
of
it had a
game.
lot of weird kind of mechanics in there too. I liked the combat, but everything else was just kind of got in the way. I felt like the story was way too disjointed. Also,
Yeah, you had to watch the
I
movie to get it.
yes, which was
Yeah,
stupid.
which is a good movie though.
It is, and I as far as Square Enix goes, like, I think I saw somewhere that it wasn't the case, but I wish it was a new Deus Ex game, but it's
Oh
not.
yeah, you're big into
Yes.
that, Jordan. I forgot about those.
Yes.
Those
It's the
always slip my
Guardians game,
mind
I
when it
think.
comes to. Yeah. There
I
was
wish it was
rumors
Deus Ex.
that they're gonna pump out a
Bro.
Guardians of the Galaxy game. How
Right.
is
That's
that gonna go?
well, that's the IDOS Montreal
Right.
game. Apparently, that's gonna be like the secret IDOS Montreal game that's being
Oh
released.
really? Oh
Dude,
okay.
How have none of you guys mentioned Babylon's Fall? We haven't heard from that thing
That
in
was the
like
next thing.
what's it been
Yeah,
like 2 years?
I don't even know what that is.
That's that's
Yeah.
that project between Square Enix and Platinum Games, and all it was initially announced for PS4, and a lot of people just thought that it was canceled, because nobody's
Babylon's
really saying
Fall?
anything, and now all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, hey, we're showing Babylon's Fall." I'm like, what?
Is it another one of those? Is it another one of those cases where Platinum's just gonna take all the money and run away, and not leave you the
They definitely deserve it if that's the case. But shit, Platinum's awesome, man. But yeah, I don't know.
cool.
Like I mean, I think they were very specific about what it is that they were going to talk about, whether it's Avengers Black Panther expansion or, like we said, the new Eidos Montreal game, which for all intents and purposes seems to be the new Guardians of the Galaxy game. Don't care about that. Mike, you might
No.
care about the Avengers stuff, for obvious reasons. Babylon's Fall, I want to see what they've done with it in the last couple of years. That's a game that they went completely radio silent on. So now
Right.
that now that you've got 2 years, now that you're 2 years more of development, let's, hopefully
that's
they'll
right. I've
hopefully they'll
seen
show
this.
some new gen or new console stuff on it. So as far as like
I'll
new
take that.
projects, like Kevin was saying earlier, I think it would be great if a new Deus Ex, but they're not going to talk about it because they've already said
know.
that Deus Ex is not done, but Deus Ex is on hold. And I think
Right.
that came from the creative director of Mankind Divided. He did,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly, he did say, he's like, no, he's like, it's not done. He's like, but it's currently on hold, and that's because it doesn't seem like Mankind Divided got the numbers that they wanted out of it, right? Like it didn't do as well as Human Revolution.
Yeah,
So
that's exactly right.
yeah, as far as what they can come up with, bro, I don't fucking know, honestly.
I
Like,
know. I know.
yeah, Square Enix to me is just I don't ever look forward to anything from Square Enix, right?
Yeah.
They're not a publisher that I look forward to with anything. I just wait until they show, and then if there's something that interests me, then I'm like, oh, okay, Like I don't know when was the last time I ever said like, man, I can't wait for a Square Enix game, So yeah, I don't know, man, but
They say Black Panther's supposed to be the make or break, saving Avengers or not. That game is in such a shitty position right now,
Haven't they been
guys.
saying this for a while though? I mean,
I
how
don't-
confident
I mean,
are
no,
you
not
that this
really.
is gonna
Yes.
shake things up? No.
No, not really. Like I don't know. They were just like, oh, it'll be like the end game stuff or whatever. But it was just like I don't, I don't know what happened with that game. But the moment they released their first roadmap, it was like, for me, because I was so deep into it, it was like you could tell that they were just making shit up on the fly to like fill in certain parts because they
Yeah, they
knew. So they're probably gonna say like, "Yo, Black Panther is here." Maybe some gameplay, little like intricate trailer or whatever, and then it'll be like, "Here's the release date." Maybe not far away, but soon enough to where it's like, "Ooh, man, like I can't, like I want that to be sooner."
Yeah,
you know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
But and depending on what the content is and all that kind of stuff, like to me, dude, I am just like, I'll try it out. you know, and coming from a guy who loves like superheroes and like I like the combat in Avengers, like it does have good stuff to it. You know what I'm saying? So don't get me wrong. But like the state of the game is right now, it's like I just don't have anything good to say about it, so I'll just like leave it there. You know, besides the combat or whatever, the content's like lacking major bugs. The community's very toxic, and like don't know, like I don't know. I feel like a lot of people thought the game was going to be different, but Black Panther coming in, I mean, look at the superhero landscape with the MCU. What's going on with that? Chadwick Boseman. You know, this is going to be the first time you hear about Black Panther on any like platform, really. I think Fortnite maybe would be the only other one. But is it going to get like new players in enough? I'll tell you right now, though, the model that they're working with. Okay, so despite of everything I just said, the model that they're working with, I guarantee it, they're still making money from that game. Think about Crystal Dynamics, who just would sell a Tomb Raider game once a year or whatever. Now this small Crystal Dynamics company has now sold not only millions of copies of Avengers, but every week they sell $14 skins. So if 4 or 5 people buy a skin at $14, that's a game purchase. That's a $60, $65 purchase. Sure. Dude, and I know people, because I still put my filters, like I put my feelers out there for the Avengers game, and they're like, oh yeah, I fucking bought this, I bought that. MCU skins, they eat that shit up, man. And so it's like, yeah, the game might be shit right now, but Crystal Dynamics is making something off of it. And so that is why I think that it's not now, but later on down the line.
I literally went in and did exactly what you said. I went in, I turned the game on, I bought the Iron Man skin, which I don't even main.
That's hilarious.
And bought it, the MCU one. I didn't even buy the one I main. Like I main Hawkeye, and I didn't even buy that one. I bought the Iron Man one because it looks so good.
Degenerate.
It does look very good. But even with that skin though, there's like the green screen shoulder bugs. And it's like, oh man, like, I mean, I don't know about it. I just saw pictures or whatever, but it's like, oh yeah, you know, Crystal Dynamics is having a rough time with this game, but they are not like making money off of it. I'll tell you that right now. I haven't bought a skin since Superior Iron Man. That was like 2 months ago, like right when Hawkeye came out or something like that. But I still watch streamers and stuff, and they got all the new skins, and it is like, wow. Like right now you can get a free emote. Like this is the thing about the game. It's like, that's why people were saying free to play type of game, because like the model of it is just like that. Just grind your ass off. If you want something else besides what you got, like you got to pay for it. And it's just like, damn, man, I don't know. No rewards, no gameplay rewards. But Black Panther, though. That's why people are worried about this Guardians of the Galaxy game. Is it going to be this multiplayer thing where it's like, you know, you attracts Kevin and...
Yeah, I hope they learn. They learn, but, you know, whatever makes money is what they're going to end up doing. Yeah,
exactly.
Again,
that's what they're going to do.
Well, fucking speaking of free-to-play games, Ubisoft will be one of the many people... you know, on the E3 roster that got released, their E3 schedule, rather. I guess it could be called a roster. So the list is pretty exciting. I mean, we have Ubisoft, we have Gearbox, we have Square Enix, we have Warner Brother Games, and of course we have Microsoft and Bethesda, which we will be covering live next week. Just so everybody knows, I'm super excited about that. 10 a.m. Pacific. It's going to be a great time. That's the show that I'm most excited about. But I'm also looking forward to, I mean, Gearbox might come out and surprise me with something. Warner Brothers has some good IP. You know, I don't know if we're going to see anything from them. You know, Ubisoft doesn't excite me in the least. But, you know, maybe somebody's excited for Far Cry 17. I don't know what they'd show at this point, but does anybody have any speculation, or is anybody excited? I mean, we could hit up all these points individually, but you know, I don't know that there's a need for it. what do people want to see out of any one of these? Is anybody super excited about the Microsoft and Bethesda game showcase? Do you think we're gonna see Halo? Do you think we're gonna see Starfield?
Hey,
I mean,
I
what are you thinking?
honestly,
Jay, Jordan, still
There
bud?
he is. There he is. There
yeah,
he is.
I don't have a ton of expectations. Oh, hey, I'm back. I don't have a ton of expectations, and I think that probably just bleeds into the fact that I'm, like I said, not to sound like beating a dead horse now, but I have so many games to play right now, so I'm focusing on so many different things. So I just want to be surprised, and I'm cool with that. I'm totally cool with that.
I think
That's about it.
I think Dan might agree with you as well.
Yeah.
What about you, Dan? Is there, I mean, I know you guys talked about it yesterday on SG too, like in terms of like expectations, and I remember your answer from yesterday. But
What was his answer yesterday?
I don't care. I just want to be surprised. Just show me games. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's it anymore, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's just I'm tired. Here's the things I'm tired of: remakes and remasters. I don't care about that. I'm tired of horror games. I know everybody likes them, but whatever. And roguelites. All right, you know what? And then if you have like a horror roguelite remaster, you know what? You can take that and shove it up your ass. Because that's the
What the
worst.
fuck would be a horror? Which
Right?
are we remastering?
I don't even know.
at
I don't
this
even know
point?
what it is. Like they would just take like something like that's what they take like Parasite Eve IP, one of my favorite
Oh
IPs
my
ever,
God, that's
and then just turn
amazing.
it into that, and I'd be like, why are you doing this to me? Like that would be the worst thing that ever happened. But like I would like to see some new stuff. Anything really would be great. I'm excited for Far Cry 6 only because I've always been a big Far Cry fan. It's probably going to be exactly the same. It's going to Assassin's Creed you right in the face. It's going to be like, oh, hey, it's the same game, but it's just a new setting.
Hard.
A lot of it rides on Giancarlo Esposito. So we'll see how he does. I have faith in that dude, but for the most part, just give me some new stuff. And I don't want some stupid roller skating, game that I have to throw, spitballs at people or whatever. I don't know. I want something
What
new.
the fuck are you
I'm
on?
just telling you, man.
I know what you mean, Dan. I'm in that vein too, where it's like you want something awesome, cool, new, badass. Like,
how about Skull and Bones? We haven't seen that.
Diego's asking you, Dan. He's saying, Dan, what would be your ideal type game announcement?
Yeah,
I said yesterday that I want a BioShock announcement from whoever's doing it. I'm not sure who's doing it now. That would be the best.
You want Ken Levine to come on stage?
Yes, I would like him to come back. As
and-
much as I think he's an arrogant piece of garbage, he is one of the best. He is put out some of the best games. So
Ken Levine and Rod Ferguson come together on stage to announce BioShock. Dan.
yes,
Yeah,
down.
that's the name of the game.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I'm
penis
feeling
man.
that. I would love to see a BioShock, and it better not be like open fucking world shit either.
man. No, that's the ideal situation. As far as from Ubisoft, it's going to be something that they, obviously everybody here, we all want to see Sam Fisher come back in a capacity that's not a DLC or a mobile game. Probably not
You're
going to
gonna
get it.
trigger Mo.
I know, Mo. I'm with you though,
Not
man.
gonna
I
happen.
feel
You're
your
gonna
pain.
trigger him.
Michael Ironside ain't getting any younger. I'm just saying he's probably going to die soon.
I know.
His
What are
voice
you
is
waiting
fine,
for?
man.
What are you
His
waiting for?
His
Yeah,
voice
he's
is
just
still
fucking-
there, bro. That's
As long
okay.
as he's not on oxygen, then I think he'll be all right. He doesn't have
Right.
to move.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he can't do it. I'm just saying he's not getting any younger. You're right.
Yeah,
So,
I know.
I mean, it's just I just need him to get on the horse one more time. Just ride out on a great
Please.
game. But who
Please.
knows? That Ubisoft is pretty consistent with what they put out because people continue to buy it. I mean, Assassin's
That's
Creed
the thing,
Valhalla
yeah.
is one of is the best selling game of the series. So
Sadly.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, I guarantee that they'd rethink if one of their games just fell flat on their face, but it's not going to happen.
Nope.
No.
I mean,
it's not.
they're games that appeal to everybody.
Sure.
And you got the hardcore will put 400 hours in, and somebody else will just do the main storyline and be done with it. So,
Yeah.
I mean, they got a good product there for selling. Whether it's a good game doesn't matter. And Far Cry, I'll fucking pick it
a good
up.
point,
Like
Jaden.
not on release, but they're marketable games, man. They're games that you can pick up for a couple hours, or you can just fucking mainline it, or you could sit there and platinum it, right? Or or 1,000 pointed or whatever you want. So yeah, they're not gonna stop making those games, and I think we're gonna be. It's like Fast and the Furious, right? They are the Michael Bay of video game studios. I mean, I watch all that shit. I make fun of it, right? You make fun of it, but I want a Jurassic Park Fast and the Furious crossover too, and I'd fucking watch it. And I'd watch it, and I'd sit there like the degenerate that I am, and my wife and I would be like, "Yeah, it's just what I expected. It works. It filled our evening, right? I mean, that's what it is." What do you guys think about? I mean, the big player here is going to be the Microsoft and Bethesda. Do you guys see any surprises? Do you think we're going to see anything that from Halo? Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you want to see? Is it going to be at the beginning of the show? Is it going to be at the end of the show?
Yeah.
I mean, do you guys have any sort of expectation on that? And then the big if that I hear everywhere is Starfield. Are we going to hear anything about Starfield?
All right, I think Halo will start the show. I think it's the purple elephant in the room, and I think that's going to be the first thing that they address because it's going to be almost 1 year since it's been delayed. So a lot of people will want to see what they've been cooking over the past year. Everybody loves. We all love these like Inside Infinite monthly drops and whatnot, but it's time to show the game. So it's June. Everybody's hype. And I think that's going to be... They're not going to end it. Yeah, I agree with Diego. Don't end the show with Halo. They're going to open the show with Halo. It's expected. Again, purple elephant. Everyone is waiting for it to be shown, right? Me personally, yeah, that's what I want. If they want to show Starfield, they can. If they don't, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. I don't care. Nobody knows what it is at this point, and hopefully we should find out. We should probably find out. I don't think they'll end the show with Starfield, to be honest with you. I think they'll probably put Starfield somewhere in the middle, or it'll probably, because people are probably anticipating that too. I think they'll end the show with something that people are not expecting. I don't think it's going to be like an acquisition. I don't think it's going to be an announcement of a new IP, maybe a trailer for something that is not expected, or maybe something related to Hellblade 2. Maybe something related to,
Right.
compulsion case. I don't know, right? It will be something that you end the show with that is unexpected. You're not going to end the show with Starfield. Everybody's waiting for Starfield to be there. Everybody's waiting for Halo Infinite to be there. You end the show with things that people are not expecting, right? Like people that are not, like that Steve Jobs one more thing, that he used to drop at the end. So, and I think they'll do that. What it's going to be, I don't.
Forza Horizon 5. That's my guess.
I really hope not, though. I think. Ooh. I'm not saying anything. Forza Horizon is an unbelievable franchise, but I don't want them to end it with, maybe I'm just speaking selfishly. I don't want them to end it with Forza Horizon. Everyone knows Forza Horizon 5 is coming, even though it hasn't been officially announced. Obviously, still.
If it comes this year, though, that will be much bigger announcement.
Oh, 100%, yeah. And I think that would be a great announcement.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. If they say like, oh, hey, by the way, Forza Horizon 5, 2021. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that'll be cool. So
it's out right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Imagine that. Yeah, like a shadow drop on the same day. Mm-hmm. So that's really what I'm expecting. Me personally, out of my own selfish reasons, dude, I think Halo Infinite is all I truly care about for the show. And I think everything else is going to be a cherry on top. That's how I see it. Anything else that they show on top of it, give me a good, solid Halo Infinite showing, 20, 30 minutes, what it should have had last year,
Nice.
That's what you do, man. You make it up. You give the fans what they've been waiting on, what they've been patient on, whether it's multiplayer, new campaign, vertical slice, whatever it is. You give us that, and I promise you, dude, you start off the show on a high, and everything else will just be ooh and ah, no matter what it is. Maybe
it should be a good show.
Yeah,
Wolfenstein.
Yeah. Yes, Wolfenstein 3. I would love to see a Wolfenstein.
Could see something
3.
like that. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So
be nice to bring that series back after whatever the fuck Youngblood was. I won't talk about that.
No, I'm not gonna even talk about Youngblood, man. Yeah,
but yeah, the other Wolfensteins were good. They have so many IPs. It's almost hard to grasp what could come out. I mean,
we're not gonna see the Elder Scrolls 6.
Sure.
I don't. We're not gonna see Elder Scrolls 6. We're not gonna see Fallout 5. You know, I mean, considering that they're working on, unless they do an announcement the way they did for the Elder Scrolls 6 a couple of years ago, when Todd Howard just casually dropped it. They put like a 30-second teaser, or not even a teaser, just like a trailer of the vistas and whatnot, and they just put the Elder Scrolls 6. Unless they do something like that for the next Fallout, yeah, sure. But I think Todd Howard himself said that the reception of Fallout 76 and the way that it was released left a pretty shitty taste in his mouth, right? So he's apparently, like, he knows that Starfield is something that just has to deliver. So I think they're yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. I think Crypto said something earlier. He said, he's like, I take it all in regardless. So like you guys said, anything on top of Halo Infinite is going to be a cherry on top for me.
Do you guys expect Halo to come out punching? I mean, are we gonna see some good shit from Halo, or I mean, what happens if it disappoints? I mean, what do you guys think there's any chance of that? And then, like, what if it's not? The expectations are so high right now. It's kind of scary.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I want it to be amazing, but I don't know.
This is what we said about Halo when it was first released, man. Mike, I remember, this was like when me and Mike were together at the time, and I was telling him, I was like, dude, like, why are they doing this, right? Like, I mean, you gave me, I don't want to retread, but Diego's right over here. Diego, yeah, it's not necessarily it needs its own state of play. Maybe Microsoft just doesn't do something like that at this point, right? Like, because that's kind of like Sony and Nintendo's thing. So I think this is the time to shine. I think all the eyes are going to be on it. I think a lot of all the gaming eyes are going to be on this conference, and this is definitely where you want it to deliver. The one thing I want from this presentation is for them to show Series X gameplay. I don't want to see PC gameplay. I want to see Series X gameplay, right? Because that's the one thing that everybody was looking forward to last year. Right, at that time, everyone was hungry. Where's the Series X gameplay? Where's the Series X gameplay of anything? Why haven't we seen anything of it? So I think if they end up dropping that, yeah, definitely, dude, it's not going to disappoint. I think they know what they're up against. I think they know what's on the table, and
at this
expectations
point, I would rather be fucking lied to, during this presentation. Honest to God, like, I would rather them put up some fucking shit that isn't even real, because I can't deal with the kind of disappointment again. Like that was just too much. That was too much.
Diego saying good luck with that move. Come on, Diego, where's the faith, bro?
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna stay hopeful. No, we're gonna be covering the E3 Microsoft event next week. Special podcast time of 10 a.m. I know there's going to be a lot of coverage of that, but if you want the best coverage, you can come here, because we're amazing. And fuck yeah, so definitely stay tuned for that. Put that on your calendars. I actually literally have that event on my calendar, and my wife's like, what is Xbox and Bethesda? I'm like, oh yeah.
We're doing it,
baby. We're doing it.
It's a live event. It's a live stream with the live reactions. I think it's going to be something cool for us.
Yeah, it'll be new and it'll be different, and I think it'll be fun. Just like Knockout City is. And I know this is a crazy story. They're now at 5 million players. And is that multi-platform? That's across all their platforms at this point, PS4 and Xbox. Okay, that's and impressive, PC. Man. And people are loving this fucking, for all purposes, stupid game that probably shouldn't fucking work, but it does. And congrats to them. I mean, that's our closing topic. I know it's kind of anticlimactic, but I think it's amazing that this game is doing as well as it's doing. So if you haven't checked it out, it does.
Game deserves
it. It's one of those stories that works. They obviously put time into the mechanics, and this is one of those games, just like Jordan said, I think last time, that I expected to play for like 5 minutes and fucking uninstall, and we'd be like, yeah, that sucked. Let's go play something else. But it's really good, and I think it's going to have better longevity than something like Fall Guys or even Among Us. I just feel like it's got more game in it,
Yes,
right, than those do. So there's actually some challenge and some fun.
And dude, how about
in there.
Really, honestly, man? One thing we don't discuss. How about EA, man? Right?
Yeah.
They've given us It Takes Two, which is unbelievable. If you haven't played it, they've given us Knockout City. Both of these games have just came from out of nowhere, and they've managed to surprise so many people. They've given us the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which is something people have been asking for. Can you imagine if they actually announce a Dead Space remaster at this E3? And let's just say, I know we're probably getting wild with it, but there's been a lot of smoke recently about some type of Dead Space remaster. I don't necessarily think they're going to bring the series I don't know, right? I have no idea, but there's been a lot of like chat. No, like a remastered trilogy.
Oh,
of
I know,
Dead Space,
I know.
right?
That'd
And if
be-
they manage to bring that, dude, EA, what a year they'll have, dude.
EA coming back from the worst company.
What-
What
was the last time
3
you
years
said-
in a row?
I can't remember the last time I personally said EA was responsible for two of my favorite games of the year.
That's true.
Honestly,
That's true.
dude, that's really awesome. Obviously, Mass Effect notwithstanding, that's its own thing. But I'm talking about new IPs, and it's amazing. It's I don't think that's mentioned enough. But Dan, you've been playing that, man? You've been playing Knockout City or what, bro?
Absolutely not.
You should do, man. You should play with us.
He doesn't like games like that.
I don't play multiplayer games a whole lot. I might jump on that and try it out one time, but I know what's going to happen. I'm going to get mad, and then I'm going
start
to
treating me
yell.
like shit. Is that what you're going to
I'm
do?
just
You're going to
gonna
treat me
start
like shit,
yelling
like
and
Mo?
The last multiplayer game I played was that one with the I don't know, the egg guys, the PlayStation one that you have to go through the
Fall Guys.
Fall Guys. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
it. Yeah, that was it. And,
It's just dodgeball.
yeah, it's dodgeball that takes actual skill, and hand-eye coordination and also reflexes, all of which I'm losing day by day. So
Yeah,
I'm
Jordan-
more. It looks good though.
it's awesome, man. It's so
it's
fun.
a fun game, yeah.
Jordan.
Yeah, it's a fun game.
Jordan, my baby, my partner,
Yeah,
man, my partner
baby
in
boy.
crime in Knockout City, man. I heard you earlier in the show talk about it, and you got what do you think, man? Are you surprised with this? I think this is great.
No, I'm not. Like I said, there's definitely a craze behind this game. Again, it's just a testament to just having mechanics that are just so easy to pick up, very satisfying to execute, but also incredibly deep. And like I mentioned, the skill ceiling is only getting higher and higher, so we're losing a lot more than we are winning now, and that's frustrating to me. But
Skill
that just
ceiling,
means that we
homie.
have to get we have to get
ceiling.
good. Have to get good.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Bye.
Jordan's got some fans in the crowd.
Oh
man.
yeah, I'm cracking.
Diego's
up with
already
Diego
pumping
over here.
lotion,
Oh
dude.
my
My man.
oh my
My
god!
fishes right
Yeah, I
here.
told you guys the porn shoot is after the podcast. He is contractually liable to finish this podcast.
He's actually
I
done
have
with
to
the
have to full disclosure. This American Room, this is the set.
Oh shit, man!
So much freedom.
Well, that's our. Okay. Wow. I don't know. I don't even know how to follow up with that. But wow. Yeah. That's the show, guys. That was the entirety of it. I made it through. And Mo was nice enough to let go of the reins and let us go without him for a little bit, even though he couldn't tear himself away for long. But that was episode
tried.
51.
Also, we didn't even mention. I'm sorry to cut you off, dude. Next
go ahead.
next week is our 1 year show.
Yes.
So it's been a year, so I think it's gonna be awesome. Besides, it's gonna be on the same day as the Xbox Bethesda event, so obviously we're gonna talk about that. And we also have a giveaway that we're thinking, that's in the works as well. So yeah, definitely, man. Been 1 year, fucking crazy. I
Are you
can't
guys
believe
doing
this.
that's crazy.
shows next week? Then
No,
Well-
it's just gonna be
You
Well,
should do one.
yeah, I don't know.
You gotta figure it
I don't
out.
know, man. Yeah, like I mean, we want to
have
do
figure
it.
it out.
Yeah, we're trying to still figure it out, you know, because my wife will fucking kill me if I dedicate 4 hours of my day. You know, like, I
Yeah.
mean, 2 hours in the morning and then 2 hours
Hey.
at night for the shows. So
I know all
we're-
about
Yeah,
that.
we'll
stuff.
see.
Yeah, definitely. But you know, we got stuff in the works. So I hope you guys can at least join us next Sunday too, because
Yeah, that should be fun. That
one
should
year
be
show,
fun.
man. It's awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, Kev.
Well, fuck, man. Does anybody else have anything to add before we wrap this shit up?
Good.
No.
Good job, Kevin.
Dan,
Dan,
thanks
for coming.
for joining us, man. And do you usually pimp yourself out? Where can they find you?
You can see
On
me
Twitter?
Saturdays at noon Central on the Bitcast. Actually, next week it's 3 p.m. So 4 Central, or 4 Eastern, I should say. We're moving the time a little bit because we're doing the big prediction show, I guess. And we got a bunch of people that are coming on. I don't know if Ains has tweeted it out, so I won't say who it is. But I mean, it's not like Phil Spencer or anything. But
What?
it's good
Hideo
news.
Kojima?
Yeah, it's Hideo Kojima, and also Sean Layden's coming on.
Oh,
Nice,
No,
nice.
it's not Sean Layden.
That's
That's a lie. Not Sean Layden. I would shit my pants. That's like my dream guess. I don't know why. I love that dude.
I love Sean Layden.
Love
You
that
just
dude.
want to give him a big hug.
I do.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You know,
No.
hopefully we meet up one day. You know, we're both vaccinated. We get in there. Just, yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Shirtless and
Yes.
everything.
like one of these
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
No.
But yeah, I mean, thanks for having me on, guys. Anytime.
Yeah,
I
man.
love doing it.
Thank you for
It's
coming.
always fun.
We'd love it.
Yeah.
Thanks,
yeah,
Dan.
yeah, we love you. You're always great to have on the show. Thanks, Mo, for showing up. We appreciate you.
Oh
showing
yeah.
up.
Oh, you do
Mike,
appreciate me.
Mike, my boy over there with his fucking tin can wire internet connection today. I'll fucking talk to you about that shit. And Jordan, thanks for taking a little bit of time, man, and joining us from your porn set. All right, everybody. Thanks, everybody in the chat, and we'll wrap this up and see you next week.
Peace.
You guys have a good one.
Peace out,
guys.
everybody. You guys have